I will at least say that my buttons still work, and for that, I am thankful. But unfortunately, I don't know if all the lights are working. No, they're not. Look, it's one challenge at a time. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Marcus Summers, Major Linux, twitch.tv/Major Linux, and it's time once again for another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for April 24th, 2026. I was like June, July. It's none of those. Look, I just want to be out of 2026. Like, just can we fast forward just a little bit?
What are we fast forwarding to?
I don't know.
You're talking about fast forward. I would like to reverse.
I mean, you're right. We should go back in the other direction, but
run it back.
Yeah.
We need to go ahead and run some stuff back, knowing what we know now, and go, let's just go ahead and handle this before it becomes a problem.
Yeah. It's like, would you go back in time and shoot baby Hitler? I will go back in time and maybe tell that dude, look, go to the range some more. You have one opportunity, one shot.
I'd be like, the Balkans, it's kind of going to be a big deal. I'm just letting you know.
Oh no, I was just talking about like 2024 when he missed.
Yep.
Or can we get the one from, or can we get the person from 2025 go to 2024? That guy seemed like he was really good. But before we go any further, of course, I would like to introduce my lovely co-host. Of course, we got Kevy Kev. It's your boy Kev joining me this week and every week in the building.
What's good, everybody?
And of course, they're going to keep it black. But as much as they try, they will try to keep it brief. Sinziak, the Sunflower Sovereign, is in the building.
Very black, very brief. Hi, everybody.
I see what you did there.
Look, I try. Like, I try to be observant, try to find something, to tie it all together, make it nice and, cohesive and stuff like that. What's going on, Futiles? Welcome to the show. Of course, if you're listening to the audio version, if you're watching the preview, the archive version of this show, you could join us live. Twitch.tv/Major Linux. Be a part of the audience. It's just like Futiles over there. Sing hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Mi amigo. Yeah, so a little heads up, things might be a little off this week. I apologize. I redacted too close to the sun, and instead of stopping, I just kept going like a person who just does not learn his lesson. So yeah, while things might look the same, there might be just some slight differences. Like the fact that I actually have a local Windows account on Windows 11 now. I have figured out how to slip the surly bonds of Microsoft. Feels so good. Yes, thank you, Ruin. Thank you. Let's see. On this week's episode, however, we could track Ice Baby again, but will the mobile app platform holders allow us to do so? Hey, Palantir is showing you their true colors. Believe them, please believe them. Also, Shuhei tried to save us. But while you've tuned in the status where I'm playing game, Jim Ryan would not let him be great. All that and much, much more on this week's episode of Tech Talk Thursday, starting with Judge says White House can't strong arm Apple and I guess by extension Google into blocking ICE trackers. This is coming from 9 to 5 Mac. And again, just like with everything else that's been ruled by the courts, take this with a grain of salt because they don't give a fuck. A judge has ruled that the Trump administration should not have coerced Apple and Google into taking out apps which tracks the activity of ICE, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. A preliminary injunction has been awarded with the creators of ICE sightings, and Eyes Up told that they are likely to succeed in their argument that the government suppressed protected speech under the First Amendment. Got so much salt, my blood pressure is high. Yeah, I haven't checked my blood pressure in a minute. I probably should. Speaking of which, I got a cortisone shot Wednesday. Steroid, like I know they were telling me steroids will raise your blood sugar. I still was not ready for how high it raised it.
Yeah.
It is not great. I was like, man, my watch and my phone have been so quiet from this CGM for like months to where now it's like almost daily. Hey, your blood sugar's too high. Like, I know, but my arm feels better. Let me cook, man.
Yep.
Let me have this. I know I still can't move my arm, but at least it don't hurt. But yeah, like I said too, just because the judge says you can have them and that, you know, them forcing Apple and Google to remove it is a violation of your First Amendment rights, it don't mean shit when it comes to the people who are actively just going to violate your First Amendment rights. They were literally locking people up for writing a fucking news article about a university's response to financially supporting Israel. Do you think they're going to care when you are developing apps that are actively tracking their slave catching thugs? The spoiler alert here, they will not. They don't give a fuck. Yeah, a few times. It's the same way. Yeah, my CGM was not happy with that shot. Let's see here. Moving on. All right. Do I have any Palantir fans in the house? No Palantir fans. None.
At least one. It's not me.
It's truly not me.
It definitely is not me. I heard some rumblings about this over the weekend, and I was wondering what people were talking about, and then this happened. Palantir, and this is from Engadget. Palantir posted a manifesto that reads like the ramblings of a comic book villain. Okay, Engadget, if I could give you a note, right? Maybe saying comic book villain, like if we're gonna go out and actually call these Epstein class billionaires who are actively trying to make our lives worse, especially this motherfucker here who apparently hates half of his own existence. Like, I am convinced he looks himself in the mirror and just calls himself a nigga with a hard R. Mm-hmm. Because he resents that part of himself. Mm-hmm. Maybe calling them comic book or cartoon villains isn't the gotcha you think it is.
Right.
because I feel like it's softening the blow.
'Cause you can-
Like when we were, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, because you can empathize with some villains.
And again, this is coming from a group of people where we compared Elon Musk to what was it, Vector?
Yeah, he's more. Yeah, because he was more Vector than we were like a Bond villain.
But now, given the shit he's been up to,
Yeah.
I was at no. That was cute when he was relatively just on Twitter doing his thing, but when he actively fucked over millions, if not billions, of people, yeah, we out of cartoon movie villain territory into, I don't know, just straight up fascist.
Yeah.
I'm going to only argue that point because they're just like, hey, this person reads like a comic book villain. Here's what I'm gonna ask you. Have you experienced the visual novel that is The Watchmen?
Oh, I know what you're talking.
I know
about.
of it. I know of it.
Oz-
I have not read it.
Ozymandias. Ozymandias. Yep, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
like if you no, like they put people in, like they have been doing this in like even Marvel and DC comics since the 60s. You'll have a person who's in there, a whole Nazi complete with the talking points, and then the superhero will show up and punch them right in the face and go, okay, but fucking wrong. Right? Like that is the thing.
It's Red Skull. Yeah, it's like almost like Red Skull from like Marvel.
So when they say this person writes like a comic book, like sounds like a comic book villain monologue, that is a solid take to use. That being said, I do agree with you. I agree with you that it's kind of like, hey y'all, I need you to understand that when you bring in the imagery of a comic book villain, you bring up the idea that this person and the way that they write is so absurd as to be nearly unbelievable. Because when you read a comic book, you're not thinking about real people most of the time. Some of that is because y'all suck at media literacy, but generally speaking, you're not thinking like real people think like this. You're just like, that person is an absolute monster, and if they existed in the real world, someone would deal with it, surely, right?
Right, like where's
That's not
Batman?
where
Where's Superman? Where's Iron Man? Where Captain America?
Right. It's that kind of stuff. And like to your point, it's one of those, at some point, I know that y'all like to use hyperbolic imagery and all this other stuff to talk about this, but at some point you just need to be like, right, so this person put out a whole fascist manifesto, here is the read. Like, that's the whole thing, right? We don't have to compare them to, like, Red Skull. We don't have to compare them to Ozymandias from The Watchmen. We don't have to pull up, like, a comic book fascist because they're real.
There's real fascists out here.
With a bunch of money and outside influence on the government structure. You can just say that at this point. We're here.
You don't need, like, Baron Zemo and, like, like, Baron Zemo and the Contessa.
Like you absolutely don't. We're in Q2 of 2020. We're in Q2 of 2026. Okay,
right,
like you don't have to do it.
Yeah, and you don't need like Cobra Commander, the Zaymot and Tomax. You don't need those the Baroness, Destro, roaming around doing the thing for like.
I mean, we technically got Lex Luthor just sitting right there. Like that's actually the most dangerous motherfucker in the room.
It's brothers like, to me. It's always been like of the rogue, like what you consider to be like the rogues gallery, and you would think, it's like it's him, it's Lex Luthor on one side, and then on Marvel it would be like Wilson Fisk. It's like it's those dudes of like, these guys would totally be a thing. Those are scary ones to me. Like, it's not like
I couldn't even put Wilson Fisk in the same room, like just on the same planet universe as Lex Luthor.
Right, but that's the thing though. Like, Wilson Fisk is basically like is I was like has the intelligence and the understanding of a Lex Luthor, but he has hands.
But it's like, what I'm saying is like he just seems more like he seems like just like, hey, I'm like his literal name. I'm the Kingpin.
Right.
Whereas like, yeah, you just manage the criminal underworld of New York. Whereas Lex Luthor's like, yo, I'm just the billionaire philanthropist playboy.
Yeah.
Like I'm the Batman, but take it to its actual conclusion.
Right. The breakdown of both of those would be like Fisk would be like he runs his like legitimate holdings very clear, and then his illegitimate holdings is like on a different level that he also runs. So it's like we can't get it, like the police be like, we can't get him on the illegitimate stuff because the legitimate stuff is running the thing like clearly.
It's giving
Lex is
Trump.
more, right. It's giving Trump. Lex is on the side of I run this entire city. The city works for me, whether the people work for the half of the city works for me, whether they know it or not. He is basically, I am getting rid of Superman because Superman is getting in my way of rapid expansion.
And again,
And
that's the Alex Karps, the Mark Zuckerbergs, Jeff Bezos. Those are the motherfuckers we need to take out.
He's like Luthor is more Bezos than anything else around him.
Yeah.
Because it's that hyper capitalistic, like tentacles in everything out here, and that's what's not even like, oh, it's just a bald-headed guy. Ha ha ha. No, it's the similarities is there. Like you don't know who you working for when it comes to Amazon. That is what we're talking.
Yep.
So yeah, like Zuckerberg would be like. I'm trying to think what Zuckerberg would be like. I'll let it get back to me on
Kite Man.
But what now?
Kite Man.
No,
Like
no.
I'm just sitting here. I took a look at the earlier parts of the manifesto, and I do not like what the things that are so frustrating, as many of these kinds of things are, is that a handful of the points are okay. This particular point makes sense, but then for whatever reason, that like point number 4, I'm just pulling out a random number here. Point number 4 might make like a modicum of sense because yeah, at some point y'all have contributed to things and you should probably contribute to fixing those problems. However, whatever that for, by the time you get to point 10, you're just like, you had me in the first half with the, hey, software and Silicon Valley and what they've done here need to be held accountable for things, but for whatever reason, you have concluded in that they should run the government. What?
Yeah, when I looked at it, it's not so much like, oh, we should hold tech to account. It's more or less like, this is where they saw the natural conclusion of things going. It's like, no, we should be held to account. We just that nigga.
And it's just kind of like it's one of those, we have to, like, for example, we have to rebel against the tyranny of the apps, whatever that means. And also it makes me uncomfortable that this person from like a company that is known for making software with military applications had the nerve to put tyranny in point number 2.
Yeah.
You have built nothing, if everything, in service to imperialism, and then went, but tyranny. No,
Yeah.
you don't get to say that. Literally take the word out of your mouth and never speak it again. Then you just go, national service should be a universal duty.
Oh, child, we give.
What are we doing with that point? Then number 7, out of nowhere, if a U.S. Marine builds a better rifle, if a U.S. Marine asks for a better rifle, we should build it, and the same goes for software. Buddy, what are you talking about? Like, people regularly do things and do patch notes. That's not what you're talking. Like, you're not talking about patch notes. You're not talking about taking things out of beta. You're not talking about infrastructure stability. Otherwise, you wouldn't be building data centers. So we're not talking about that. What are we? And by the time we got to number 8, I'm just like, the shark, we jumped like 3 times its height and probably went past the planet. We're never going to land. Like, what happened here?
Mm-hmm.
Put the ashwagandha down and walk away. This is probably a person who listens to those podcasts about how to functionally try to make yourself as immortal as possible by injecting
Yes.
yourself with like 50 different things every day.
Yes, he is a product of Peter Thiel. Like, he's not listening to the podcast; he's actively recording them.
It's literally like Bram Stoker's Dracula, where it's like Dracula has to cross the seas with the dirt of Transylvania. Like, he has to live in the mud. It really does feel. It really feels like if they could just smear the dirt of Romania on themselves, it's like, to make themselves young and immortal, they would.
Like, people should look at this and just say, okay, this man is not even fucking serious. The culture
Right.
almost snickers at Musk's interest in grand narrative.
Yeah.
Point number 13 feels like
what?
point number 13. I wanted to run hands immediately, and they're like 20 something points. There are 22 points on here.
Yeah. God,
Because you made point number 13 about progressive values, and by point 22 went in America for the last half century, we resisted defining national cultures in the name of inclusivity. What are we talking about? 21, all cultures are not equal. Where?
I mean, to
When?
be
Because,
fair,
like, we're talking about
a representative in Charlotte argued that same point when voting to allow ICE or allow local law enforcement to work with ICE. She literally said that some races aren't, or some cultures aren't as important as others. This was a black woman representing the city of Charlotte.
Now, I want to say this, right? They said in this point 21, all cultures are not equal. My question is, all right, so if all cultures are now equal, why aren't all of them equally being detained at the airport?
Mm-hmm.
Followed around the department store.
Oh, no. This
like-
isn't him saying that they are equal. This is like not so much like, oh, they are, like, he's stating it as a fact. He's like saying, oh, we have elevated every culture to be equally represented. He does not believe that, which is what the bold is. Like, he believes that some are dysfunctional and regressive. We have been holding those up as equal to ours. Why are we doing that?
He says like, the thing is, right? I see what was said in bold, but the fact that it says all cultures are not equal, you're just like, some cultures have produced vital advances, others remain dysfunctional and aggressive, and then the very next line is all cultures are not equal. One, no, they're not, because the second half of that sentence, like, category. You know something? I am going to be the bold one to say this on the show today, per my t-shirt. Like, that second half of the sentence, probably by and large, at this point, is talking purely about white people.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Yes.
So, like, unless you're going to like add some qualifiers to these sentences before you continue talking. As a matter of fact, take this whole email and throw it away, and then throw yourself right behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But I must say again, this man thinks he's God's gift to America. Actually, I was saying that hyperbolically, but I could have sworn he said that at one point.
Like, no joke, for real.
Yeah, I really feel like that is something he's actually said.
Now, I think the Technological Republic, I am pretty sure that title is a reference. And I cannot think right now of what that reference is.
I mean, it's one step away from techno-fascism. which of course, like if folks remember a couple of weeks ago, I was like, hey, I want to be a techno socialist. And yeah, that didn't go over as well as I thought it would.
Like it feels like it feels like it's a reference to a reference to basically an equally fascist book. I just can't remember what the name of it is. But yeah, like this is a whole. I'm almost like you are seeing all of this in a time where you and people like you, to a person, one of you has enough money to end world hunger permanently with a one-time payment and didn't do it. You are talking about the kind of people who buy the plans to make transit infrastructure just to make sure that no one can build it without your permission. Those are the people that we're talking about over here. You nearly sent half of a city to a seizure just to have a glowing sign for your company when you bought it. Like, those are the kind of people that we're talking about here. And you decided to write this manifesto with that in mind. How
is it your dad was a doctor and your mom was an artist and you became a fascist?
Mm-hmm. So, as my friends often say, my thoughts are a felony, and therefore, I'm gonna let you two take it from here.
He was influenced by his parents' activism for civil rights and social justice during his youth and went to many protests.
Yep.
He said he said what he inherited from his maternal side was a strong affinity to fighting discrimination. Mm-hmm. Karp stated that, quote, some black people considered me black while some did not, and said, quote, I view me as me, and I'm very honored to be honored by all groups that will have me. So what the fuck happened?
Money happened.
Or it seemed like he may have spent a little bit too much time in Germany. Is his parents still alive? Can we go talk to them? Also, Ruin. Nah, he pretty much is. I'm convinced he got the same deal a Musk does. Oh my goodness. Speaking of AI and AI tools that, are just out here doing some fuck shit. This AI tool rips off open source software without violating copyright. This is coming from 404 Media. I'm not sure if any of you have heard how a lot of the open source software came about. And if you have, stop and let me know. But back in the day when IBM was the one controlling all of the computer shit, and you had to work through IBM in order to get your software on IBM PCs. Actually, you know what? Now I'm going to tell the real story, and I'm going to give you a video game analog. In order for people to put code on IBM PCs without having to go through IBM, you would have a process in which somebody would use the computer in one room, write down what the computer is doing, give your notes to another person in another room, excuse me, and have that person develop applications based off of the notes you've written without having ever touched the computer that it's going to run on. Therefore, you can say that you have not hacked the computer, you haven't violated any laws, any copyright laws, to say you have reverse engineered how the computer works. but miraculously, your software works. And this is how we got IBM compatible programs. Now, for the video game analog, this was all of your EA cartridges on the Sega Genesis.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was those weird Tengen carts on the NES too.
Yep.
Yep.
The games in which did not come with the Nintendo seal of approval, but worked on your Nintendo. Now I can't say that they were clean room developed.
No.
I don't know what the history, and actually I would not be surprised if they also were. But the technique that, the technique that I described with the IBM compatible software is what they call clean room development. Essentially where one person will sit in front of a computer, document how it works, not write any code. They just wrote design specifications based off of what they were using, and then would give it to someone else who's not seen the computer, or at least not using the computer to develop the code, would develop code based off the specifications that they were given from a person in another room. And what they will hope happens is that based off the specifications, the software works. This, however, is the AI equivalent of that, where you're not necessarily, it's like you're vibe coding, but in a weird way. And it's something that I have noticed, that you can kind of do, but now there is an actual service and a company that will do this for you. Whereas like you can get AI tools to plan out something, and then based off of that plan, develop the app that you want. Unless you somehow made it several decades at IBM, I don't know why people would stay at IBM. This is spoken from a 2-time IBMer. Actually, 3 times. I forgot. I was an intern there too. I was an intern. I was a contractor. Then, oh shit, I've actually only contracted for IBM. I've never actually been a full-time employee of IBM or any of their subsidiaries. So yes, there is a guy who works at the UN, who has been trying to get a lot of open source developers to understand that, hey, just because you have legal protections under Creative Commons, MIT, AGPL, all the open source copyrights, which have certain stipulations of what you do with the code once you have it, which means like you can modify it, you could do whatever, but it is your responsibility to make sure that your code is also freely available if you branched off. Anything that you contribute, depending on the license, anything you contribute and improve has to be given back to the OG. What this company Malice is set up to do is to create identically functioning software without saying that it copied the open source software, which has all the copyleft protections. That way you can take your code and make it proprietary and not have to do any of that. So essentially now Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, whoever can do something like this, take open source code, make it proprietary, and not have to give anything back to the open source community that they stole it from.
Yeah.
To where, again, this is legal. There is precedent for it, at least the clean room aspect of it. However, and somebody mentioned this to me the other day when I shared the article. how is it that they can get away with this if the code that's being vibe coded this way was trained on the open source code that they're trying to steal?
Yeah.
Which Merge is now pointing out.
It's like you trying to make something yours that's already free. It's like, how do you, and then trying to close the door behind it, and it's like, well, we could just use the open source.
Well, again, like, it's not so much like, oh yeah, we can use the open source, but it's like they want to be able to, hey, this is our app. Sure, it works functionally to that Git project over there,
Right.
but we made it over here. It does the same thing, but it's not the same thing, and we don't have to contribute what we do back.
Right.
Because if we do that, that means somebody else can get the work we did, the work that we paid our employees to do, which of course, like, again, if an Amazon, Facebook, or Google does it, it's like, well, we functionally own this code. We're putting the money into it. Now we just don't have to support your project, and we just have working code. So fuck you.
Yeah. It like it works. It works. Proved it works. Fuck you. It's ours. Fuck you. Prove it.
And to call points out, like, because you have to prove it. If I jack your code, there's usually libraries that are used that do certain things that are open source, AGPL, AGPL, MIT, that allows me to sue you for breaking the terms of AGPL MIT. Well, again, with this, they're saying, like, again, it's the clean room method of, like, yes, IBM could have sued those developers of the IBM compatible software, which they tried to do, but lost, because we're now, like, they were saying that nobody stole the code to the IBM PC to make sure that their IBM compatible code was working properly. Right, yeah, so there you go. And Tycho kind of brings it all in. If you can't prove that the source code wasn't taken,
It's what I like to throw around. Is like, it's not IBM, but it's IBM shaped.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly that. Like,
Yeah. It's like,
it looks like a duck,
duck.
it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, but it's a mallard.
right.
But it's a
Terror.
mallard. I hate y'all.
It's the terror that flaps in the night. Daring duck of mystery. It's just one of those. It's just so.
No, but,
it's just so. Yeah, it's just so weird, man.
No, I think we get what you, like, again, it's the thing, like, they can't,
yeah.
It's the thing that, like, they can't prove it.
Right.
This is the point of Malice SP is doing. He is raising awareness that not only this is possible, but has precedent. Right. Now, and that's what, and again, that's what we're trying to say here. Like, there is precedent for this. Like, again, this is how IBM compatible software existed. This is, and I'm saying in theory, because I don't know exactly, I don't know this for sure, but how you had EA games on Sega Genesis.
It's just an easier and better way to explain the technical minutia to an audience that would be like, huh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Like, I forgot about clean room development, and it's like, when I was reading this, oh yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it? Wild. But again, like I said, I was talking to somebody, or somebody had mentioned this when I posted this on Mastodon. They were like, well, how could they do that if the code that they're using, like, if they're, like, whatever they're vibe coding based off of this was trained on the code that they're trying to steal? Which, of course, like, again, I mean, yeah, I think with this one, like, they're, like, saying, like, yeah, with Malice here, they're able to do this within minutes or an hour or something like that. There's a company that's automating this.
Yeah.
Because I mean, people can do this all the time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I imagine like, yeah, if I sat and if I knew enough code, I probably could sit with some closed source software, figure out how it works, and then be able to make my own. It may not be clean room, but I mean, then they can also look at this that, yeah, you definitely did not copy this because look at all them indents. Bro, what is your code? Like, what the fuck is this? Oh, yes, and the point I'm making is that you have to prove that the LLM that produced the clean room version was trained on that code, which is impossible for a false project under AGPL MIT. Ah, got you. Okay, so that's the other part. There's like, oh, boop, boop, boop. Okay, I'm here now. I see you. I get what you are putting down. And like that, yeah, I mean, you're right. And like, and it raises that whole argument I think I had like a month or so ago where Britannica is trying to sue AI companies for taking posts about things in an encyclopedia. And I'm like, did they scan the encyclopedia or did they scan a whole bunch of shit in Google Docs that also just lifted shit from you?
Right.
Like at what point are we saying they directly copied you or they copy these papers that also copied you? Like where is the degrees of separation here?
Yeah. Because there are people who do use like Encyclopedia Britannica as reference material.
Or they might have also scanned the OCR image of an actual book. Like, right, there may be public things that are out there to where they can get, like, it's been trained on so many things. It is kind of hard to prove that.
Yeah.
Which is not me tacitly in agreement of, hey, these companies should not be taken to task for theft. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, y'all gonna have a tough time proving it. However, y'all get settlements out of it. But again, these are big companies like Encyclopedia Britannica, the Wall Street Journal, the Atlantic, or I guess Condé Nast. Open source devs, especially hobbyist devs, do not have the resources to fight an Amazon, a Facebook, or Google.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's like I see what that guy's argument is, but like I'm wondering too, like it's a lot of fucking case law. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I want to be.
Yeah, we're just random peeps on the internet. We know enough to like know what we know. So,
but yeah, like again, like the I'm not just gonna sign in here. So I don't know. I can't give you the name of the person who created this. I guess no, that's not. It's not Marcus Spisk. Let's see, maybe Malice. Oh, I can't even click the link unless I sign in. 404, I love you, but yeah, again, like the developer of the person who's working on, I don't know if he developed it, whether he vibe coded it. I don't know. But yeah, the guy who is responsible for this does work at the UN. He's been he's been raising awareness for this shit for a while. To where he actually funded a company that does it. He makes money off of this. Now, what he does with that money is another thing. I don't know. I don't think the article got into that. Which was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, where is this money going? Remember when people were snatching iPhones like back in the 2010s, and the only way to prove that someone did that is the serial number that only existed in the software of the phone. Then when thieves figured out, they just started disassembling the phones and parting them out to avoid that same concept. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So no, you put behavior with a U. Ours doesn't have a U in it. This is American code.
America.
Fuck
my
yeah.
code.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you good.
All right, I'm gonna do this. I have it one way in the art in the rundown, but I'm gonna switch it because it's more AI related. Then we'll get to the real meat here. I remember failing spelling tests because I used the English U. How did they not let you go? It's technically the correct spelling.
No, that used to be a thing. I know exactly what Sin is talking about, and that was absolutely a thing.
That's bullshit.
I picked a British way to spell this, and they're just like, well, that is in the dictionary, but we're teaching you English in America.
I will say I do get somewhat annoyed when looking at captions on social media, and it's the British spelling of everything.
Yes. When they add that U to flavor.
Or like most of mine is like labor, so it's always LABOUR.
Yeah.
Speaking of labor, Meta. This is coming from Engadget. Apparently, Facebook is installing keyloggers on their employees' machines to train AI. And I can only believe that only part of this is true. Reporter in Reuters alleged that keystrokes, mouse movements, and clicks of Meta's workforce are to be captured for the purposes of training AI, something the company's communications department was happy to confirm as accurate. In a cheery missive, a company spokesperson told Engadget that if we're building agents to help people complete everyday tasks using computers, our models need real examples of how people actually use them. We're launching an internal tool that will capture these kind of inputs on certain applications to help us train our models. I'm gonna say something. I wanted to type this, but I wasn't sure. And again, because of my stances on things and people not really being happy about that, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make Sin upset again when I say this. But it is a continuation of something I said last week. I'm honestly at a fucking point now where I'm just exhausted with all of this shit. To where I was like, you know what? If AI wants my job, they can fucking have it. I will train the AI to do my thing, so that I can go do something else. I can play video games all day. I know that is not feasibly the case because, again, there's no universal basic income. It is a really stupid stance to take. I understand. I know I am in the super duper minority when saying shit like that.
By universal income?
No, AI take my job. Because I'm tired of this.
Agreed. Yeah.
I am tired of it, but fuck it. If they just go automate me out of a job, okay, then let me do something else with my time. Because, and honestly, this was a thought because if you have not paid attention, like probably one of the best posts I had ever shared on Mastodon being my company on Earth Day said leverage AI to figure out how to make IT more sustainable. And I was like, you know what? I am fucking done. I just do not want to be not here, not there. I just don't want to be anywhere now. Because it's like trying to walk up a river upstream. I am fighting forces that are way stronger than me. And it's like, I know there is something that I want at the end of this river.
Yeah. It's what what not Bane. That's what the Blade said in the first Blade movie. Like, motherfuckers always trying to skate uphill.
There's something up there, but motherfucker, forces stronger than me are keeping me from getting there, and it's a lot. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe this ain't worth it. Maybe y'all should just take this shit. Let me go play video games and just grow old and die. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Because clearly for what goodwill I'm trying to share on this, there are 20,000 people who are doing the exact opposite. And I am. And then this article shows up, and I'm like, the fuck are we doing or saying?
Yeah.
But then there's more. Also, courtesy of Engadget, Meta is downsizing by 10%. 8,000 jobs will be cut in the name of efficiency and probably AI. To which I will say, probably true. But again, this is not a tacit endorsement of AI. We have to stop blaming AI for fucking everything. Yes, I did see that you posted an article. You posted it when I was taking a nap. And I woke up to see your article in the Discord server 2 minutes before I was getting ready for the show. So it's not included. But yeah, apparently Microsoft is also offering 7% of employees buyouts of their contracts because layoffs. See, Meta is making another steep cut to its staff, this time to the tune of 10% reduction in workforce. About 8,000 people will be laid off, and about 6,000 open jobs will also be eliminated. And like I said, so to go back to the whole let's not blame AI thing, again, this is not a tacit agreement. This is saying like, hey, and again, I know I was guilty of this. Again, I am learning. I am growing. AI is not replacing these people's jobs as much as either AI made them do it because they asked Magnanimous or whatever the fuck Facebook's AI is, Llama, Meta AI, whatever the fuck they want to call it today. Where can we achieve growth to increase shareholder value? And AI told them this. Then they tried to use AI to cover up the fact that they cut down all the wrong people because their shit is going to crap. It's just that we're not seeing, I don't know if we're seeing the same turnaround as we've seen at other companies where they're starting to hire people back. Because of the fuck shit that management and the shareholders are doing behind the scenes. I will say I am very glad to hear, at least from the issues that I was dealing with last year when a coworker lost their job on AI recognition day.
Damn.
One, he was hired back, so I see him in the office now. He's just not on my team. Mm-hmm. Which I'm gonna tell you, if I didn't know what trauma was, I discovered it in 2025 for the first time. So this is what trauma looks like. Mm-hmm. Going to lunch and making sure he is there every day, and that you would be really upset if he did not show up for work. Mm-hmm. Because boy, when I discovered, oh, this is trauma, I was like, oh no, what else has been traumatic in my life? To which Sin will probably pull me off to the side. Major, I've known you for 6 years. All you do is drama responses and shit.
Yeah. Agreed.
Damn, what I forgot where the fuck I was going with that. Oh yeah. So apparently we have been staffing up, and I heard that apparently we're forming a new team and bringing on people to do that. Which, as much as I don't like to believe management, I don't know. They might have been telling the truth this time. Like, surprisingly, I am working at a company that is actively hiring people. So I will say that, hey, if you are looking for a job and want to move to Cary, North Carolina, or somewhere whereabouts in Cary, I'll let you know when they start posting that stuff. And I'm pretty sure there are other jobs that they're trying to staff people up for down here. Look, I don't know about remote. It seems like they are very on board with this hybrid role thing they got going on. Granted, because the strait is closed and then also blockaded, and also because I tend to not look at gas stations, and boy, I looked at one today and said, damn, $5.50 for a diesel? I knew that was expensive already, but like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
This is why people have memberships at Costco.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. Oh, it's been blockaded twice. Oh, look, I said it was closed and then blockaded, but then part of it was open because it wasn't closed. It just won't open to us, the U.S.
Right.
And anybody trying to pay that petrodollar.
Yep.
And Trump won't having that. So it's like, I'm gonna block it. And it's like, all right, well, we just fucking close it again. Like, what's up, dog?
Yeah. It's like you can't block it. Okay. Well,
Can't block was closed.
Can't block was closed. It's like you standing. It's like you standing in front of a close. It's not you. It's like you standing in front of a closed down Dollar General, and you're like, it's closed, and it's like I can see it's closed. There's nobody in the parking lot, and there's weeds in the yard. Like, it's closed, baby. I know.
The roof fell in, dog. Why are you here?
Like they took the sign down, brother.
Like, it's one thing if it was a stocked grocery store like in Western North Carolina and y'all keep guarding it for reasons, but the roof caved in. There's nothing in there.
There's nothing there.
The only thing next to you is a cap. The only thing open next to you is a Captain D's, my guy, for like 6 miles.
Yeah.
And we don't want that.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't, so sorry about the blockade and gas prices. Yeah, so they cut down our in-office days. So I am now home more than I am in the office now.
Who knew like a complication of geopolitical problems would bring back hybrid days like a
Again, it's the whole conversation about AI. Like, once it's out of the bottle, it's just out now. It's like, what do you mean we have to go back? We've been doing this for 3 years. Why are we having to go back?
Profits has been up. Targets have been hit.
Like,
People are living happier lives now.
You realize that
Targets have been hit more than dogs at this point. Just go ahead.
The only people that was hurt didn't have good home lives to begin with. And
it's I hate to say that, like, I am doing great because of tragedy, but yeah.
A lot of, people were dying in the pandemic, but also people were thriving during the pandemic. Like the pandemic.
People were out here baking bread, raising plants, and playing Animal Crossing, and still hitting like 200% of their quota. Like, the company made extra money and everything else, and they were just like, no, we need you to be in these offices. But the people who told you to be in the office don't even live in the country that they're telling you to go to the office in.
Right.
Or the fact that, like, now sure, there are thousands of people dead in a country that has that really don't want to beef with us, but y'all keep forcing them.
Yeah.
There's another country that's slowly losing its territory illegally.
Yeah.
Gas is, approaching $4 or $5 a gallon, $8 in some places. I'm so sorry, Merge.
Oof. Yeah.
But yes, I'm home 3 days a week. And it is chef's kiss, baby.
That's major right there.
Yep.
Home 3 days a week.
Oh my goodness, it's great. It's great. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Sorry. Again, these are things where, like, I know we joke and stuff on the show, but again, is
No, it's we
fucked
laugh
up
to keep on crying.
shit.
You know what that is.
Yeah, it's fucked up shit that's going on with a lot of this. Again, I will say again, we cannot blame AI for everything. This is not something I will blame AI for, as much as, Engadget would love to do it. A lot of these tech companies would want to do that. A lot of people want to do that. Again, I'm growing. I used to be one of those people.
Yeah.
I'm still there, but I will say that between now and our next and the Thursdays, we may have something to discuss because, as a rule, I like to put pen to paper when I actually have things to say, and I think we've said enough about this show that I'm just like, I am going to leave y'all my complete thoughts on this subject so that I can just go, right, for background context on where all of these thoughts come from, go and read this.
Yeah. Again, that shit's just been flapping on and on for me. Like, I was going to do that, and I was like, no. Then I was going to do it again. I'm like, no.
But the
I did do
not,
something. I did
I'm
do
not
something.
Writing. There are people that I'm writing this for. The people that I'm specifically writing this for are for people who listen to this show.
And that's
that is
the reason why I want to do it. Like, not necessarily for the people who listen to it, but like the people that, all right, look, I'm not here to raise beef. This is just my stance. Because Mastodon, not because of the people, but because of the format.
Yeah.
I can't do this in 500 character chunks when people non-maliciously come in on the third post of 20
Yeah.
on a statement that I made that is being made out of context.
Yeah.
I feel like the prerequisite that most people don't pass is okay. I hear you. But before I continue, before we dig into the meat of the subject, did you read? I'm just gonna ask you if you read. I just want to know if you did the prerequisite work.
Yeah, that's the part I keep forgetting to enforce. That's the part I keep.
What I said.
Yeah, that's the part
before you decided to argue with me, because there is a price of admission for this.
I will admit.
What did I say? Did you not understand? Like, did you say? Did you not understand?
I will admit that is the part I do not enforce as much. I should, and it is the reason why, like, after a while, at least this week, instead of actually writing the post,
right,
I did make a couple of Mastodon posts and I pinned it.
Yeah.
Saying, look, this is where I am, and like not so much of like my stance on AI, but my stance on engaging with people with regards to it. Like, I'm not here to shame people unless you are actively taking labor away from somebody.
Right.
If you are getting help with a coding project that only you were working on, I do not care. Like, I am sure at this point, you know what those ramifications are. And a lot of people have moved on to closed source models where they're not contributing as much. For me, it's like, hey, we can sit there and fight with each other, the working class fighting amongst ourselves about this.
Yeah.
Or we can take out the people who are going to do this regardless of whether or not we are joined together or not.
Yeah.
because quiet as is kept, and like y'all should really watch this More Perfect Union video where they go over, you know, not necessarily like what Jeffrey Epstein could do for these people individually, but what he did for the collective of the Epstein class.
Yeah.
Like if you ever hear about class solidarity or the fact that the ultra wealthy are more or out organizing us,
Yeah.
that video will explain it,
Yeah.
because he ain't did shit. Like he barely did shit other than like hold money and just have an email address and an island.
It's literally he was their confidant. He was there.
He was like,
their
yo,
strong
oh, you
power.
want to
Like-
do that thing? Oh, I know a guy.
Right.
He was the ultimate I got a guy.
right.
Like I don't even wait.
and he was the guy to a lot of people got. Like
Yes. He was
he
the
was
guy.
their, he was their guy, and the level, and that's what I was saying. Like the crazy part was, like, to be so instrumental in so many in the lives of very powerful, but also very, I guess you could say, considerably mediocre people, where they were like, guy, man, like we were basically like, man, I met a girl and she was a good girl, but I don't know how to talk to her, bro. How do I talk to her, man? It's like they can be cringe too. Like it was just the level of like, dog, I think I blew it, man. I think I was gonna talk to this girl. This girl didn't want me. I gave her like a Cartier necklace, but she hasn't answered me back. What do I do, bro? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's like to the level of their like friendship is just like yeesh.
So
It's like, ugh.
you're talking about like class solidarity and stuff like that, which I suppose is an accurate statement. But I'm also like, Major, we know what police are like.
Mm,
Yeah.
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 But
They
It's
make
like-
hold out like they're a whole like to this day they are still making TV shows. To,
Yep,
like, that
my wife
demonstrate
is
that point.
yes, my wife is actively watching SVU.
oh yeah. I'm no shame in it. I've been watching Boston Blue. I'm ashamed, but I understand.
Look, the only exception is Bad Boys and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. We've
The old
we've
look,
made that
it's the YouTube premium of cop shows for me.
like that's the only shows I will actively talk to you about. That's the only show only cop show I will actively talk to you about, because other shows I'm just like, nah, no, okay.
To call why?
It'd be like,
Why to
it'd be
call?
like,
Why?
it'd be like, it's like, now you've done it. You've made me turn my chair around.
Let's see here. Speaking of not necessarily because y'all are being too kind to that, but who? Ain't nobody being kind. Look, this is facts.
This man, like I say, what's kindness? Absolutely not.
Look, that's
This is
just
a-
like
this
it's
is
just a fact. He is
This is
the
a- this-
I know a guy who knows a guy.
These are statements of facts. This is what the email said. It was literally them being like, majority of the emails was like, bro, I need somebody to talk to, bro, please.
Yeah, like
I'm struggling, bro. Like,
ain't nobody
yeah.
being kind.
nobody, no.
And of course, while you were tuning the game, while you tuned in the stats where I'm playing games.
No.
Like-
You said it right the first time. While you tuned in the game where you're playing status.
Oh, thank you. Tim Cook is Tim Cooked. He's done.
So wait, we can't call Oh, so that wait, y'all are actually going to pronounce his last name properly?
Oh,
as Tim
that's
Cook?
that's not a thing I did. That Tim Apple,
me.
that was not a thing I did.
That was me.
that was all Kevin. That's what I couldn't do. I was like, no,
I'm Olinia Tyrell. I'm clutching my chest and I'm looking at it. It's like, tell Sin it was me. Like it was me. I did that.
Look, when it happened, I was still a fan of Tim Cook, so it was like I can't do it.
His homie called him that.
Yeah.
That's so I called him that.
Yeah, like now that like they homies.
Right. You know. He gave him a
Um,
gift and everything. Like.
so yeah, this was a surprise from when I came home from work Monday.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be invited. Yeah, this was one of those things like I was going to send this to you, but then it was that whole like, what's on the list?
Yeah, like I've been better about not saying anything.
Yeah, good.
I just look at it now in disdain. I know.
Good.
I just keep it to myself.
Good. You need to eat that. Exactly. Eat that. Sometimes we send you doubles. It's okay, but we'll always send you stuff. You got to eat that. I'm not gonna tell you to not eat that. Eat most things, but eat that. Bury it deep down inside. Don't tell us.
So yeah, on Monday, 420, by the way.
That's funny.
Which I was very, very sad that I could not partake in because I'm on call. And
I meant to ask you about.
I don't know why your CEO's was definitely partaking.
he's not on call.
Yeah.
He ain't fixing shit. I mean, neither was I that day, but
It's like, damn.
he's like, you never know.
Look at me on a day that I should.
Oh, I realized what happened, I was really kind of upset.
Yeah.
I thought about it all day Monday.
Yeah.
I was like, I could. I've been able to do things while high. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But it's just, I couldn't really be bothered to get up. And honestly, like, my schedule when it comes to being downstairs as opposed to upstairs now has shifted. It's shifted a lot because I'm here 3 days a week. Right. Whereas like Monday and Tuesday, I tend to be downstairs. And for the rest of the week, I tend to be up here. So yeah, with it being Monday, that's a downstairs day. It's up there. It's up here. And it's like, I can't bring it down there because she doesn't like it. So
yeah,
you know what? I'm okay. I got over it.
Okay.
But yeah, so Apple CEO Tim Cook is stepping down with John Ternus taking over.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's an end of an era. The Tim Cook era is over. Will be ending on September 1st, 2026.
Yeah. Right.
Tim Cook, while not being the CEO, will still be on the board of directors because, of course, he's still relatively young and healthy enough to still do things. And will almost be like the special envoy to the fascist regime that we currently have running our government.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? Do that because don't ruin Ternus.
Yeah. Because he was after, like, he was after, I won't say Gates. No, not Gates. Dude, I'm blanking on Jobs. He was after Jobs.
Look, it did take me a while to remember it too, and I'm glad I figured it out just like mere seconds before you did.
Yeah, it was like he was after Jobs because I was thinking for a second I thought about Woz, but I'm like, nah, Woz
did the right thing.
Woz did the right thing.
I'm just going to be an engineer and just be an engineer.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna be an engineer. Everybody know I'm the founder. Everybody know I'm the co-founder. That's all I need. I'm gonna do these tech talks. I'm gonna do these speaking engagements, and I'm just gonna be bored. That's it.
I can't stand when people are like, so it's like, where do you see yourself in the company? Right where I am. Like, maybe senior, maybe principal, but no. Management, fuck that. I don't want that in my life.
Where I want to be is Woz. That's what.
Yes.
That's all I want to be. I want to be like I said, I seen it put together. I got out at the right time, I am,
Just live off these
moderately
residuals.
wealthy. I'm living off these residuals. I show everybody my employment ID of one. Like that's it. Like I have nothing to prove to nobody. And I pop up in every tech symposium ever, and people are happy to see me. That's it. That is it.
Waz is truly the king of the nerds.
Yeah. Why is it? We always say like, well, you know.
I feel like
That's
when parents were telling their geeky kids like, "Hey, you're gonna run the world. When like one day the nerds are gonna rise up." They were all looking at Waz,
Yeah.
but what we got were jobs. Like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, what that is now for the younger generations is Gaben.
No,
And I'm kind of like,
no. Like I would have been there until I heard about the yachts, and I'm like, yep, no, no, we're done.
But yeah,
we're done here.
Gaben is like, no, you don't understand. I am spending this money. Like I am spending it.
Is he though?
Yes.
So
I mean, because
real-
I feel like he's got those because of look. Banks will give him loans,
But I mean, that's how all the rich people.
right? So
They
it's like
get
he's
loans, they
not
get
spending
loans,
the money
it's
because like,
you know,
look,
it's like-
let me see them tax returns.
yeah, they all get they get loans. They don't pay them back, and
Yeah.
you know, just
I will believe you
but-
when I see them tax returns.
And they just
Show me
draw-
the
and they just
literal
draw-
receipts.
and whatever payments they get the interest off their holdings. They don't pay a cent. They
Yeah.
don't pay a cent.
That
They
he
don't
ain't
have to give a
that
cent.
he ain't spending.
And he just basically pay. They're just drawing interest off the holdings.
Yeah,
Like,
that
that's
he
it.
ain't spending nothing.
He ain't spent. Like I said, he ain't spending nothing, but shit,
He doing what
quiet.
everybody else ain't spending shit.
It's
Can I just
basically.
ask you- you want to
Yeah.
know what's funny about? Well, I have a funny thought about that, but also,
Yes.
just like a quick aside from our article in news that is in no way related to what we're talking about.
Gasp. Breaking news.
There is a video currently of a Cybertruck that is stuck on a beach.
As much as I have seen those, I love seeing more of them. I will always take time out of my day to watch a Cybertruck get cyber stuck.
Cybertruck getting cyber stuck.
Is it
Bars.
posted somewhere? Do I need to go to retrieve the link somewhere?
Is it posted somewhere? It sure is. But of course, I would not dare mention such a glorious thing without providing you an ample reference.
One thing Sin will always do is they will always provide us with the links.
Shit, where the fuck? Damn it, Vivaldi.
And it's ugly as hell. Oh, I'm looking at it. It's wrapped too.
That's the one thing I kind of. Oh, I hate that there is a Gemini image of it now.
And of course one of them is a white boy with dreads. Of course.
I just think he happened to have been there, but I refuse to believe it's his truck.
No, it's not his truck, but it's just like
He does not
it
look
just
like
so
he could
happens to
afford
be-
it.
So
it
there
just
is
so
someone
happens to
in
be-
there's someone in the car actively trying to move it. And
No,
I'm
you
just
can't
sitting here
push.
look-
You can't push that. You got to dig that out, baby. You gotta get shoveled, baby.
you ain't got no traction.
Imagine you are on the beach and you're helping somebody, and you could be enjoying your beach time, but you got to help somebody in a Cybertruck. That couldn't be me.
The sun was
Oh.
shining. Birds could have been chirping. You could have been listening to the sound of the ocean waves and enjoying creation right now.
He got this sand blasted in his face.
And then there's another picture of like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about where it's AI,
Oh yeah, I see the
the Gemini
sword.
little thing. Yeah.
The Gemini logo and it, like, yeah, it's like, bald your head. I like it.
Just,
Like, cause see, I mean, at that point, I would just say, you know what, AAA, just get a winch. Like,
okay, I know that. I know I had a separate tab here somewhere. I don't know where it went though.
I thought that's in the one.
Like I moved. I swear I moved that damn tab, but it's I don't. Like did I just make it fucking disappear, or is that how you close tabs of Vivaldi? What are we talking about? What are we doing?
Vivaldi has a handful of things it does really well, but Vivaldi pisses me off so often.
To call it is funny that you would
Oh,
consider.
I found it.
It would to Cal. It would be funny if you considered that person would have ever had a shovel in the back of their Cyber truck. Who the
Cal, what are we saying? I am a proud member of AAA as of a month ago. Not by my choice.
That is a bold assumption to make that person would even remotely have anything close to a shovel in the back of that cab.
How would it fit?
How would it fit? Why would they need it?
Clearly, the truck could drive on Mars.
Right. Why would they ever consider that this thing would ever get stuck in dirt? I've seen it tear up gravel before. Why would I assume it wouldn't drive on dirt, even though I've never seen it drive on sand?
Thank you, Black Sky. And speaking of social media, Mastodon.
Yeah. Hey. Segue.
Oh, by the way, the CEO or Apple CEO news coming from Mac Rumors back over to Engadget. Because I really wanted to go back and highlight again the article thing, because I really want to again. I have this weird beef with Engadget because fuck them.
Yeah.
Honestly, tech journalists are the most fucking neoliberal pieces of shit on the planet.
That's what we have DCA analysts.
Yes, that's why we exist.
Yeah, we exist. Yeah.
Granted, it seems like being on the actual left and being into tech is like not things that make sense. I mean, thank you for people who, when I posted that shit, y'all came through. Like the one time I actually felt seen and heard on Mastodon was yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I go through some shit. Like I'm the person like when I see like, oh, people put the best versions of themselves on social media. Not me. Not me. I will gladly drag myself on fucking social media. It's like, I am the worst. This is the worst. All of this is just bad. Like, look at my life. This is not fantastical. I am not happy about the way I live. Yes, I bought this iPad. Do I need it? No, but it's where I am. I'm not out here be like, look at my amazing life and all the cool. Like, no, it's like, this is not what this is. I understand this is capitalism, consumerism, run amok, and I have a problem.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
More cowbell, baby.
I want the most expensive cowbell. Again, it's a problem. I want the jewel encrusted one. The
Okay, but
bespoke cowbell.
Do you have bespoke cowbell money?
I mean, this only sounds like a challenge. Like, don't say that and then like next week there's actually a bejeweled cowbell in the studio.
Okay, so you know something?
There won't
I'ma
be.
say
I will
you
not
won't.
have the. I will not have the energy to go through with that junk.
And that's why I hate to say it. You won't.
I won't.
He won't do it.
I won't. Just like what was that? What that Blue Sky post? They were threatening to make a Halo extraction shooter. Like what? What are words? What do you mean threaten?
Mm-hmm.
You Like, don't say that. I will do it. Master Chief will definitely leave on that Pelican with all the loot. He will extract, motherfucker. Don't say nothing.
I was looking like I was with you on that one. Like I double dog dare you. Do it. You
Like, let
man.
me like they
Do it.
threatening. I'm like, who? Who's threatening and who are they threatening?
I'm like at this point, might as well.
Just do it. Like, fuck it, man.
You did everything with Master Chief except for like a battle royale. Come on now, do it.
I mean, yeah.
You did Team Deathmatch and Captain.
Look, he's in
Captain
Fortnite.
Flag. Yeah,
He in Fortnite.
yeah. So I would say like, well, there it is there. But I think him and a few Spartans are.
But yeah, going back to this, Mastodon was hit by a major DDoS attack that briefly took down parts of the service.
Hold on. I know they were quiet. I knew they were quiet after that. I knew they were like, ooh, pin drop.
Who?
Mastodon. The Mastodon lovers when, because you know they were cracking up. They were talking cash shit when like Blue Sky went down.
Kev, this happened on Monday and I didn't notice.
Oof. GG's.
That's the whole point. That's the
It's like-
whole point of this article. Or the
It's
reason
like
why I
the
am
whole-
sharing it.
It went down
Unlike
on-
Blue Sky, Mastodon, and the rest of ActivityPub, you know, what is known as the Fediverse,
Yeah.
was quite all right. And quite frankly, quiet as it's kept, we all were like, oh, Mastodon.social was down? Oh, well,
Oh.
okay.
Oh, you talking about? Also, the main instance went down.
The main instance,
Damn.
everybody else was okay and talking to each other like it was nothing because that's what Federation is. That's what decentralized social networking is.
So,
So for them to say Mastodon took a hit, it's like, no, boo-boo. Mastodon.social got hit. Major Toot was still online. Tech.lgbt was still online. Fostodon was still online. Infosec.social was still online. Beige.party was still online. Need I go on? Mastodon and ActivityPub were okay. And quite frankly, ain't none of us noticed this shit was happening. The only people who noticed were like, oh, I signed up for Mastodon. I went to the main server. The centralized part of the decentralized network. The one where the rest of us are like, yeah, it smelled like broke over there. Like the server where it's like we are marking them as like either blocked or limited because they got a spam problem every other day.
seems like you got to get your instance up, but
Lock in. So yeah. Mastodon was quite all right. It was Mastodon.social. Let's get it right. You can't look. You can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill a revolution.
you right. But you said
Dozens of people were able to still toot. Dozens.
dozens of people. Does it?
There are dozens of us.
Sir, there are tens of dozens of people who cannot toot.
Oh no! Actually,
What do we do?
no. It's that there were tens of dozens of us who could.
Yep. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. It's on further reflection. It's just the main instance. Everybody else is fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, okay.
And someone slides a piece of paper across the desk.
So yeah,
Like,
No, I feel like that's what happened there. Just people
Yeah.
were talking. Someone slid a piece of paper across the desk.
So yeah, like your conversation. So your point of the Mastodon people were quiet. No, Mastodon.social was quiet, but literally everybody else on Mastodon just switched from talking about Blue Sky to Mastodon.social. So
Nice.
couldn't be us though.
So it was like it wasn't so much like cash shit. It was more or less like, oh, yeah, all right, sucks to suck. I guess I don't.
Yeah, man. Something about these big instances of where people congregate. We try to tell them to diversify, but you know,
Y'all really just out here looked at the whole situation and went, yikes.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then then you just hear like stack of Pentecost from Pacific Rim go reset the war clock.
What did he say over there?
Mm-hmm.
Are they still trying to fix that? How y'all doing?
How you doing? What's good?
Not much. Just fuck shit going on over there.
Yeah. Have you seen Tomodachi Life? It's a killer ass game.
I mean, it would be nice if I can get more me's. I don't want to have to create the me's. Just nice that they just showed up. Like if visitors just showed up at my island, but you know,
That'd be nice.
it would be.
I've been just running random instances of me's. Like I think about, I want to make a me that looks like this, and I just go through
I
get help.
start that process, but then it's like it just stops. It's like I
Yep.
can't.
Yep, I go through that process and I just like tweak the settings, like tweak the facial features, give names and birth dates, and just kind of go on about business.
Y'all fix that shit over there yet?
No,
Y'all still broke? Yeah. Oh, but you know, eventually I'm gonna get to play some Pragmata soon. You know, and I'm loving it. Look, if anything happens to that little girl,
That's the same thing happened to the little girl. We riot.
yep.
I've called her roll.
Oh,
Mega
you are
Man.
not the only one. You are
Yeah,
not the only
this
one. Like I think, like at least in the past couple of weeks, like you're probably like the fifth person who's made that comparison.
Cause you know what would be so good, but I know she's like an old lady now. But it would have been like Dakota Fanning in her day would make a great Diana. Like so good. Like War of the Worlds, Dakota Fanning. Perfect.
So yeah, just so you know, like if you're gonna report on something, and this is just
Yeah.
me being a stickler.
Yeah.
Mastodon did not go down. Don't do this.
Okay.
Like Mastodon's got its problems. Trust and
Okay, correct.
believe. Mastodon has its
Yeah.
problems, but Mastodon did not go down.
Right. Mastodon as a whole didn't go down. Just the main incident.
Eugene might have had an issue. Andy Piper
Yeah.
might have had an issue, but you know who
Right.
didn't? Major Linux did not have an issue. I was good.
Mm-hmm. Major Toot was tooting alone.
It
brother.
was tooting.
It was tooting.
I did not know. Again, like did not know there was even a problem until I got home. Like, oh, it was down. Oh, all right, damn.
Call it an Egyptian king because it was toot and common. What you say?
Oh my God.
Yep.
Let me,
That's how my brain works.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Alinea Tyrell. Tell Sin it was me.
Moving on to age attestation or age verification, I guess.
Yeah.
Carl Ritchell, the founder and CEO of System 76, you know, the other open source-ish computer company, you know, because this week, you know, a company announced they had a new laptop, billing themselves as the MacBook for Linux, but also, you know, caters to fascists. The CEO of System 76 gave an update about Colorado's age attestation bill. Apparently, with this bill, this one's kind of sticking out a little bit more because with Colorado's, it appears that they are still trying to go along with the age verification stuff, but there's one noticeable difference with this one that I feel like a lot of open source folks would probably get behind, and it's the fact that open source software and operating systems seem to be exempt from this rule. I don't know how or why, like what makes an open source OS different than a closed source one. In so much of why they would want to lock it down as opposed to not. But yeah, here we are. Apparently, if people really want a reason to leave Windows, at least in Colorado, you have Linux. Like it appears like, yep, like look, just leave Linux out of it. You can do whatever you want with Mac OS and Windows. Just leave Linux out. But yeah, apparently open source OSs and apps are excluded. Code repos are excluded from GitHub, GitLab. I hope that also means major or Gitia or Git, which is what I use. Well, I guess code. It's a code repo, so. Containers are excluded, including Docker and Podman. So I guess if you want to run your OS in a container, sure. You do you. And speaking of age verification, let's see, fighting the urge to tell Major to switch to Forge. Do they have a Docker container? Can I deploy it in Docker? Is it easier than Git? I don't even know why I chose Git over any others other than deployed Docker and it did a thing. Oh, it does? It's just as easy. Am I looking at that? I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever. Look, a code repository is a code repository. I just wanted to get off of GitHub, and Git was just sitting right there, I guess. If it's already in there, just resurface the link. If not, post the link in the usual place. I will find it and I'll look into it. Oh, Codeberg. I know a lot of people are in Codeberg. Yeah, I mean, just post the links in the usual places. It seems like you were very, very pro Forjo. So I guess like if you want to put a little bit more with that too, kind of help me understand why specifically. Not that I don't trust your opinion on the matter. Just at face value, you are like, again, you're the one who kind of started me on all this self-hosting shit to begin with, or a lot of the bigger things like Mastodon. But yeah, like just give me a blurb or something as to why I should look into it, so I can kind of have some background for it. And you can do that too if you go to majors.house/discord, where we have plenty of channels where we talk about games, tech, AI, clown shoonery, and sometimes some good stuff, because again, I believe there's some good stuff in there, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Or some open source stuff. We do love talking about open source stuff. We do love sharing some GitHub projects, some self-hosting stuff, because again, we are all about taking back our data sovereignty from these big giant corporations. I had a feeling you did. I knew Forjo sounded familiar. I knew it sounded familiar. That's why I was like, yeah, if you had posted something, yeah, just resurface it. And I'll take a look. 2023 me probably wasn't in the best place to do much research of anything because the funds were not funding then. The time was not there, but now we have funds and we have time. Because of Redacted. But yes, more in line with, hey, maybe we should not use a centralized service to collect all of our digital data, you know, for things. France. Oh, by the way, the Colorado age attestation bill coming out of gaming on Linux. We're now back on Engadget. Seems like these shows are getting very Engadget heavy. France's National Agency for Managing IDs and Passports suffered a data breach last week. With up to 19 million records to have been acquired by the alleged hacker. The French government confirmed that France Tetris, also known as Agence Nationale des Titres Sécurités, yeah, all right, look, my French is not great. Experienced a security breach last week. France Tetris disclosed that it detected a data breach on April 15th. The next day, a hacker claimed responsibility for the breach and claimed to have up to 19 million records that they are attempting to sell. France Tetris is responsible for the company's identification and registration materials, including driver's license, national ID cards, passports, and immigration documents. Man, imagine, like, as much as centralized systems can be the bane of our existence for reasons, imagine having one place where you can go and get a license and then, you know, get your passport, get some immigration stuff taken care of. Like, you only have to go to one place. I don't have to go to the, yes, Auditrice Mécanique d'Analyse Coronale.
Are you talking? You definitely talking about the Auditrice Mécanique d'Analyse Coronale. All right.
You got to pop and lock with it. The Auditrice Mécanique d'Analyse Coronale. I still can't fucking say it.
I love that they did that with the I think it was the in the bass line with another one bites the dust. So it was like
Yeah, I think I remember that.
According to the judgment of the Auditrice Mécanique d'Analyse Coronale.
There you go. They can just pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it. But yes, obviously as bad as it can be to just have like all that shit you need in one system or one centralized location. I don't know. There are some times where it's like, maybe this is bad, but also look, it's one place I gotta go. As opposed to the DMV, then to the post office, and then to a place to take up passport photo. And then, you know, I gotta go to the voter registration. Then I gotta go to immigration. And it's like, it's a lot. But you can go to the Auditrice Mécanique d'Analyse Coronale. You can go to that place. Omdica. Or Ants. It's actually just Ants. You can go to Ants.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The Yankees do suck. But yeah, you can go to Ants and you know, just get it all done. Like, if you want some efficiency, that's efficient. That's if Doge was doing something good, they would have done that shit. But no. Also, I love that the new head of DHS, speaking of Doge, was talking about like, we've got like $12 billion worth of people on payroll at DHS. I'm like, Doge should have went through and cut some of them jobs. Why didn't they? That's where all the waste, fraud, and abuse is. Who's ready for some gaming news? No, nobody.
Well, we do play the game, so let's do this.
All right. Here's more news about age verification. Sony will require age checks in the UK and Ireland to access PlayStation communication features. Again, it's coming from Engadget. Both console and in-game chats will only be available after verification. Oh, so you mean if I don't do it, I don't have to talk to people? Okay, bet.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Right.
Considering that in most games I disable the communications and the on-screen chat anyway.
You mean one non-button does it all? Okay.
The way I was playing, like, what last flag on Monday, and I heard a person say, "All right, guys, let's get ready," and I was like,
Because you want to know what I'm going to enjoy seeing are the people who just go, okay, then we won't use them, and then being like, now why aren't people using the features?
Of
We
course,
just don't know. It's a mystery.
it's a mystery. Of course, you know, you got people who are saying, again, people who are introducing these bills, and something I did want to mention also with the Colorado thing, like we're talking about like, or they're talking about like protecting the children, which of course, you know, again, when it comes to violating our civil liberties and violating our privacy, again, in our data sovereignty, it's always protecting the children, which, and I made this post earlier, or when I was sharing this post, I kind of said it, and I was trying to be reserved, but also not really. Where the fuck are these people's parents?
So I have a thing I would like to say here. It is a really interesting thing, and people who are far smarter than me have said this already. It's very interesting that whenever these kind of subjects come up, it's always about the children. These people who no one asked, they can't vote, they can't drive, and they are unable in most places to speak up for themselves. However, in the country that we're saying this nonsense, or in countries where they're saying this nonsense, things that are also on the docket because they're regularly a problem. Child labor laws. You know what I mean? Just like we have issues with like the care of children once they're alive, taking care of their moms and making sure that they have, you know, like their parents and everything else, and like maternity leave issues, paternity leave issues, and all of this other stuff. So whenever someone says we're doing this for the kids and you're trying to make this a global thing, I'm just like, interesting. Because y'all don't, you
Nothing you've done to this point has ever said protecting the children.
So you're worried about protecting the children. Let me ask you a question. Are you paying their parents?
Or not, or just not even that. Like, how about just programs that will directly affect kids? School lunch, school breakfast. Like, does every child have a meal?
Also, like, and that's the kind of stuff I'm like, taking care of stuff like that. And also, don't your systems already have parental control features?
Then that was the argument I made, right? Because somebody, they weren't pushing me on it, but they were like in agreement. I said, yeah, like I had like Nintendo and Sony both have apps. Now, granted, Sony's came out like within the past year, like since I had my PlayStation 5 longer than Sony had an app for this. But yeah, like I have the PlayStation, I have the Nintendo parental apps, and can control the amount of games or amount of time and the type of games that my son can play. The fact that on Steam, I can share my entire library with a family, which mainly in this case, it's only him, but they also say, hey, he's a child. He cannot play these games. Like, it is not that hard. And again, like I get there, it's like, and like I know at one point I was like, is this me surveilling a child or violating their civil liberties by doing these things? Well, not, well, they're like a ward in my custody if we want to keep it legal, but then it's just my child. So let's not mince words here. But it's like, I have a responsibility to protect him. If this is how I feel that this is going to protect him, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to actively encourage him. I don't know, buck the authoritative trend. If you can figure out a way to fucking beat the system, I'm going to reward you for that. But that just means I got to try harder. I want you to beat it, but also at the same time, I'm going to make it harder. Make sure that you are still protected.
Some tea, some shade. It seems like you were just interested in being a parent. So there's that.
Yeah. Like, it's what I love doing. It's why I like Pragmata so much. Because as much as, again, in the beginning of that game, that Hugh does not understand kids and why people want to be parents. But literally 15 minutes into that game, he was all on board with Diana.
Yeah.
That was the quickest turnaround I'd ever seen.
That's
You know,
that's every like parent who says, I don't want any pets, and then like you get one and like why they're in dad's lap following him
you're
around the house.
Look, that was me
You're-
with the birds. Also, by the way, I'm not sure if y'all have noticed.
Yeah.
I've mentioned it. Yeah. The birds are no longer
Yeah.
with us.
yeah, you are like, you are literally explaining the dynamic that is me and my daughter. Like, kids don't like, you don't have kids find you. And
Yeah.
in my case, my daughter adopted me. And so when I'm like, by me just literally being in her life and being present in all the things in which he does and being available and accessible and being somebody that she can point to and says, Dad, that's it. And as far as I'm concerned, I am dad to her. And so we are just like, whether, because like I say again, what we've also learned in fatherhood is like, you don't have to have them to be a dad. And to be a good dad and a good and present dad to them. You just have to get them the things and aggravate them just enough.
But look, I mean, like, I hate it when I got the Switch 2, right? And then all of a sudden I have this thing that's perpetually on top of my Switch 2. I
Yeah.
hate it because it's an annoying thing that's on my screen that's never been on there since I've owned a Switch. But because I know he wants to play the games that came out on the Switch too, it's something that I've had to accept. When I sign into my PlayStation, like I actually have to click an extra button. Or in the same thing with the Switch, I have to click an extra button to get to
It's
a
like-
thing. There's a timer on my PlayStation. The fact that I get emails letting me know how often my son is on his computer, or I have to verify more time for him to use on his iPad. Like, there are systems in place to keep my child protected. And like, again, I've got a whole ass pie hole where it's like, I can just shut shit down.
It's like, yeah.
At the press of a button, Disney Plus can just go the fuck away. Which, again, this household does have Disney Plus. I do not partake in it personally.
Right.
But this house has Disney Plus. But it's like I said, you know what? Block Disney Plus traffic. And I'm gonna tell you, with Redacted, it is way easy. It is way too easy to do that because I don't know what traffic. Because like, surprisingly, they mask it. They don't tell you what servers that this traffic is going to and from. But Redacted knows. It found them in just a few seconds that these are the ones you want to block. It's gonna block it for you. And then it did. And then after an episode of The Amazing Gumball played, when it tried to download the next one, sorry, Disney Plus is broken. I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, like as soon as I can figure out how to like to group it, then like I can just go into the pie hole and just click a button and just like, all right, I want this specific traffic blocked without having to use Redacted to do it.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Essentially what I'm saying is like, there are methods in which parents themselves can do this. Are these politicians consulting with parents? Like again,
No.
if you are out here doing things for the children, have you consulted with the parents? Have you consulted with the platform holders? Like, what are you doing? Because again, it's really weird to me that Sony's like, oh, we'll implement this, but you have the tools readily available to you, or readily available to parents. Say, you could just do this yourself. If your child, it should not be on a chat platform, you can disable that feature.
Yeah.
Like my son can play Minecraft on his iPad with other people. He cannot talk to them. He tries to sometimes, and at one point he complained that he couldn't communicate with other people. I said, well, that's too damn bad.
You keep digging.
I mean, he did. He went back to Minecraft, kept digging.
Yep.
But like that, I mean, that's it. Like, I don't know if it's like, I mean, and again, like I know, again, these stories are not, these laws are not about parents, but
No.
this is the parent bit.
It's
If you have too much contempt for your child to actually spend the time it would take to set this shit up, which it is very easy to do,
right.
to put these guardrails in place, or you just do not want to deal with your child, which again, I will say that, and my wife hates that I say this, but I use her as a litmus test for like the general populace, because she is not like me. She
Right.
is how I view everybody else in the world.
What you would call like the layman.
Right. So it's like,
Yeah.
where her, like, and she works so much, and like she gets upset when I take his iPad away, or that I'm unavailable to unlock things for him, because she will panic because he's always asking her when she's really busy.
Right.
So I understand that there are times when parents can't do the thing. So it's like, I'm not trying to be
Right.
like, yo, all parents are fucking trash.
Right.
But it's like, look, these tools do exist. And I'm pretty sure there are tech savvy parents who are doing this, and these tools are actually not that, like, again, coming from me, it may not mean the same, but
Right.
these tools are simple to use.
Right.
What's happening here with these age verification laws has nothing to do with parental controls, has nothing to do with protecting kids. It has more to do about closely identifying people to the traffic that they are producing online. It has more to do about silencing dissenting voices because of the stuff that they're talking about online, and making sure that anything that isn't white supremacist, heteronormative, and Western doesn't get spread.
Or like overreactionary like groups that basically, advocacy groups that basically are like, won't someone think of the children? But it really is just, we just keeping them thinking about the same Anglo-Saxon Christian family value themes that they grew up on, which they themselves have, retcon themselves to believe that they were not watching the same nasty stuff that we were watching. Like,
And still do.
come on now. And still do. But it's like, they just don't want, they think about it, what it is now, and they don't want their children to watch that themselves, or being like in the confines of limiting screens. But
It's hot when you have to really work to get it like we used to.
But the whole Montessori, Montessori screen thing, that stuff is expensive. Screens are cheap.
I think there's also something to be said about our. I'm gonna zoom all the way out here real quick, like real far back out here. There is this weird thing that we do when we just allow people to go, hey, I can see that there is maybe a small general concern that we could talk about how to handle as individuals or as people or as a community, but instead, let's make it a federal law.
Yep.
Like, we have got to stop doing this thing where we just keep handing our individual and, or in cases, collective authority to one or a handful of people and being like, y'all do the decision making for this because we don't want to do it. That's how you get V for Vendetta.
Like, oh no, this screw is loose. Give me my sledgehammer.
No, like, it's not even get me my sledgehammer. This screw is loose. I'm going to take every screwdriver I have at my house and mail them to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and go ask them to fix it instead. Why?
I don't know. That does seem kind of fun though.
Now, I mean, I will tell you you know what? No, we won't. 'Cause
Yeah,
there are
don't do
terms
that.
of service on this
Yeah,
website.
yeah.
Let's not do that.
Yep.
Those are inside thoughts. We keep them in there.
And more PlayStation news coming from GameSpot, excuse me. Former PlayStation executive Shuhei Yoshida says he was fired after top boss asked him to do ridiculous things. What were those ridiculous things? I don't know. Shuhei did not go into detail. But I did include this because apparently it seemed like Shuhei was, and he is still a proponent of indie games on the platform. If you don't know who Shuhei Yoshida was, he was head of worldwide Sony Worldwide Studios, and was largely responsible for the push of a lot of the indies that showed up on PlayStation, on the PS3 and the PS4. But apparently he got pushed out by Jim Ryan, and was replaced by Herman Holtz of Guerrilla Games fame. But yeah, so with Shuhei Yoshida said, like, look, Jim Ryan asked me to do ridiculous things, and he said no. He did not go into detail, but one thing I did see in here that he said that he was, like, again, with him being a proponent of indie games and trying to bring indie games to the platform, it seems like what they were trying to get him to do was do the live service thing, which was definitely Sony's position after Shuhei Yoshida left and Herman Holtz took over. Which seems like a choice, especially when, you know, the CEO of Guerrilla Games, or the co-founder of Guerrilla Games, you're notorious for making very, very good single player experiences that might have a touch of multiplayer.
Yep, a little bit.
At least in Killzone, but not necessarily in Horizon. To say, you know what? Yeah, live service it is. And then games like Concord come out and then it's a flop. But now, or Destiny is like in and out, in and out, in and out. To where when Marathon came out, people were kind of like, I don't know. But it seems like it's holding in there.
That was the thing about Marathon. I know where they were with Destiny. It just was like the money wasn't really there for them. I could have told them. I could have said Bungie was not a good fit to buy, probably to like publish. Be like, hey, exclusive publisher, but not out and out own, because it was a waste of money. But to me, but Marathon, that you understand, Marathon had to be good. Marathon had to be good.
I am willing to bet that Destiny suffered because majority of the people went to go work on Marathon.
Yeah.
As good as Marathon is, I feel like that was the case.
Yeah, once Final Shape came out, which is the canonical end of Destiny 2, it was like, okay, what do we do now to keep even anybody engaged? But like just as you say, once Final Shape was over with, all right, everybody, pack it up, go to Marathon, and then just like a bunch of seasons and like light DLCs and, you know, a lot of good seasonal content, and then
just enough to keep people tied up until Marathon came out.
Until Marathon come out, and then will we feel comfortable enough to start ramping back that Destiny 2 stuff into Destiny 3, whatever that looks like, even if there is going to be Destiny 3 at this point. I can't even tell you. I don't think so, but because everything's probably going to be tied now into Marathon stuff, and they're probably just going to keep, you know, the seasonal stuff and, you know, a roving playlist of strikes and raids and, oh, Vault of Glass is back, yay! Or Deepstone Crypt is back, yay! So, you know, so.
Look, I know Polymarket was the other article that Takal shared in Discord, but it's like, and I'm never going to Polymarket or Kalshi, but it's almost like I'm willing to sit there and take bets on how long Marathon's gonna last. I would really like to see what those numbers are like.
I think longer than most. I think probably we get to about year 2, year 3, when it's like, cool, we're getting to like year 1 where it's like we need to start having like some major DLC drops, because once we get into like the first 18 months, it's like, all right, we've done this, we need to bring the people back. Like they basically like, I played 60 hours and I'm gonna put it down and I'm not gonna talk it back again.
I think it is,
Until the
honestly,
next
I feel
drop.
it's very refreshing to hear more people talk about Marathon and Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, again, they sure, Embark did go back and re-record a lot of the shit they generated with AI.
Right.
But like, one, that was too little too late. And it's like,
was.
I feel like, personally, I feel like that art controversy with Bungie was not as big as the AI thing.
It was
As much as people as much as like gamers, especially the sweaty gamers who will play extraction shooters, like, I don't care.
right, because they did the thing of, we need to handle this before the game comes out, and they did, and so they were like, checks, dump trucks full of money, get it out there, like, it was
I
like,
think what made
recognition,
it worse was the fact that this wasn't the first time they did it.
right. It was
But-
like strike 2.
But again, it was so like, all right, yo, dog, my bad. Here's what do we got to do? What do we got to do to make this, like, we admit fault and we will make it right.
It's stolen assets,
And
generative AI.
Would I call
That's
it
what it was.
stolen? As opposed to, I don't know. Look, I lifted this thing and it's here. But look, I know that was probably a question Sid did not want to hear me say.
Control C that and Control V that.
Look. It's like them NFTs. Look, right click, save images.
It's like, right, yeah, it was like, geez, right click.
Dude, I'm
save.
still it was there. The option was there. I just did it.
I did two Google searches and I found something similar, and I did that. And you know what they did? They cut that check. And
Look.
they said, my bad, here's
Look.
the check.
Look,
We
some
handled
copyright law protects me.
Right.
Like, yes, I did not take pictures of all those thumbnails, but I feel like copyright law protects me in certain aspects here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know which ones, and I really don't know to what extent. Boy, I might have to take down a whole bunch of thumbnails one day.
Fair use, baby. Fair use.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, dog.
Right. You used it in like, you didn't use it in like, this is my work.
I'm not profiting off of it.
Right. You're not profiting off this
That's
work,
what I
so
tell myself
fair
every
use.
day. Every
More
week when I
likely
make
fair
a new
use.
thumbnail, I'm not making money. If anything, I'm spending money.
Right.
This is
It's
my
fair use.
internet. This is my subscription to Adobe.
It's fair use. But it's like, but with Bungie, it was like, ooh, it's mine. I did this.
Look,
Oh,
it
I
was
didn't.
one guy.
Oh.
It was one guy. One
was like-
guy.
He's like, I made this. And they were like, no, you didn't. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
well,
did.
then look, the comments like,
X.
okay, put it in there. It's like, wait, he didn't make it. Did you lie to us? Yes.
Yeah. My bad. Okay, here's the check. We bad.
But then, yeah, then there's just the generative AI. It's like,
And then you have generative AI, where it's like, we didn't make this. A computer did. A pooter did.
and we said we did it. Or at least they didn't, or at least with them, and this is not giving them grace. They didn't say that they created it. They did say, hey, generative AI was like, but you could have hired an actor, or I don't
Yeah.
know, your devs could have just recorded voice lines. Like, what are we doing? That's what I don't get especially when it comes to voices. It's like, y'all literally are a studio. Just record yourselves. Do y'all not talk?
Be like, it's like, who got the nicest voice?
All you gotta do is just
And
go
give it the
outside
credit.
and shout, just bark commands. Oh shit!
Right.
Oh no! Ah!
Right.
And then y'all realize that, oh, that's why voice actors want to be paid a lot, because shouting that much actually does hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ugh.
I feel like I bring this up. I feel like I bring this phrase up a lot, but like, Eric Baroni was like the one man band who created Stardew Valley, and he did all the drawing, all the coding, all the design work, even the music, and he built it in a cave with a box. Of
There you
scraps.
go. That's exactly what I was waiting on. I'm like,
So
time to cave.
Yeah, time to cave. Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. He got it out of the literal mud. And then you yourself, that man literally played all them tracks to the point he made musical tracks to now he has a symphony series of basically he goes around like there's a tour of people playing his music in full orchestras, his music. You don't think you couldn't have had somebody that like get somebody for the day pay somebody scale to say a few lines and then be like, all right, check us outside the booth. Thank you, Humphrey.
Merz says, have you heard
We'll get
devs
you next
talk?
time. Yeah, I've heard devs talk. They are
It's not great. It's not great. Like I will admit, like it probably will sound like ass, but
all I gotta know is all you have to do is say, okay, listen to Todd Howard, and that's enough.
yeah,
That's enough.
yeah.
That's enough.
But look, sometimes you'd be surprised at the voices that come out of people's mouths. Like, oh shit! Like, yo, dog, why are you not in the booth?
Right.
Let's see. Moving on to other stories. This one really doesn't link too much together, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. The studio behind last year's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 4 remasters hit with more mass layoffs as it tries to adapt to the video game industry's new normal. Of course, this is from Kotaku. Iron Galaxy, the Chicago-based game company best known for helping other studios port their games to new platforms, is laying off dozens of employees. It announced on Friday the downsizing comes after it shipped Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 Remaster collection to positive reviews. So again, the industry is in such a way, and it's in such a way that you can do good and you can still lose a job. Which is definitely an unfortunate thing to hear. Yeah, Iron Galaxy's done a lot. Again, I know, like again, that's the damn, what's his name? The Dave Lang joint. Again, I know I'm only aware of Iron Galaxy through their connections with Giant Bomb and all like that. So it's like one of the cooler places that I've seen do game development. And again, it does suck. Like, I mean, again, it's like when other devs oh yeah, I like that game. I've heard of that game. But yeah, Iron Galaxy, it's almost like that like one of those parasocial game developer relationships. It's like, damn, that really fucking sucks. Like, they seem like one of the good ones. His own voice acting. Have y'all heard the VO for the original RE games? That's what it's like when you have bad voice acting, like Michigan Report from Hell.
Are you talking about Master Unlocking?
I mean, look,
you're almost a Jill sandwich. Yeah.
One, that's porting. That's a porting issue. Like, look, or a translation issue. Two,
Yeah.
like, oh wait, we now have the storage capacity to store audio like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man, we could do something cool here. And it's like, just because you could doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, because like I said, you went from having nothing to having the even stilted, uninspired voice acting is.
But
like,
then, but then also it's the thing too of like it's a medium that really hasn't proved itself. So it's like now we have games like Death Stranding, where we have like Norman Reedus just being in the game.
Yeah.
Whereas like before it would just be like Lance Redding and his voice. Actually, I think that was just literally Lance Redding in Horizon.
Reddit.
Thank you, Reddit.
Yeah.
Yes, Conan O'Brien was in there.
Yeah. Jeff was in there.
Friend, how do you describe being somebody else's best friend but not yours?
Oh yeah, Jeff.
Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley was in there. Like I think it's the one thing. The one thing.
Leia
I keep very,
Sado
like,
is in there.
the one
Mads
thing I
Mikkelsen
was-
is in there.
Oh, Mads was pretty good. Tony Baker.
Troy Baker.
That's right, Troy Baker.
Well,
See?
like I don't
I'm sorry,
was Troy Baker or was his voice in there? Is Higgs Troy?
Higgs is Troy.
No, I mean like I know like he plays Troy, but like is that Troy? Is that Troy Baker in the game?
His likeness.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
Where like
But-
the likeness of Guillermo del Toro is in there, but that is not Guillermo del Toro.
Which is wild to me because it's like I thought it was going to be a thing with Guillermo. I thought it was going to be like Guillermo has a hard time speaking English. He's very like has a very like thick Spanish accent. So it wouldn't translate well with him speaking to like basically speaking
Which
to
is
Nor-
literally
speaking
what
to,
I was
like,
thinking now
Sam-
until
Sam
you
Porter
said
Bridges.
that.
Right, because that's what I was thinking. So, but then I have heard him speak in interviews, and you can understand him.
It's not bad, but I feel like
It's
what
not-
it
it's not
was
bad.
is like they may have been like, we might just want
We might want
somebody better. Like, okay, that's just
little bit.
racist. That's just racist now.
because it's like maybe we might want somebody a little bit more articulate than you, and it's like which again I don't for the life of me understand.
Maybe look if he agreed to it, like if
maybe-
that's just
or
what he
maybe- yeah.
wanted, then
Or
all
maybe he
right.
just
But
or maybe he just said, "Yeah, hey, just use my likeness, but I as long as I don't have, just use my likeness. I'll do the mocap, but I don't want to talk. So, and that could be fine too. We might be reading more out of it
Yeah.
than we are, but that was one of those things. Like, but why? Why you need? Oh, okay.
last thing I want, last thing I want to do is be liberal white woman. It's like, that's so racist. You should say
Right.
something like, no,
Right.
maybe that's what he asked for.
Like I say, maybe that's what he asked for. You know, sometimes it's like,
Yeah.
maybe people don't want to like do hours and hours of dialogue.
Maybe yeah. I mean, it may have been like he ain't in. He's not voice act. He's not guild. I mean, he's not in that union. So it's like
No.
he may be in the directors guild, but not in the actors guild. So it's like
Right.
like he just
So, yeah.
legally just couldn't do it.
He wouldn't necessarily just pop up there. He's not like Dave Filoni, who just would like pop up in like Mandalorian. Like he's not gonna.
Well, did
do
Dave
that.
Filoni speak?
Yeah.
Well,
He's
maybe.
in- He was one. He's one of the pilots.
You
I
know
seen
one.
when
You
they-
know
when they
one
went to
thing
the
that
ice
fucking
planet
pisses
with
me
spiders?
off about the Mandalorian.
Uh-huh.
The Korean pilot. There is a show on Netflix that came out of Canada called Kim's
Store.
Convenience. Huh?
Yeah. Kim's Convenience Store.
And I am so upset about this whole thing.
Right.
Because not only does he speak perfect English, like he is just like I believe he was just born and raised in Canada.
Dude, it's Pat Morita.
But the wife in Kim's Convenience, I thought she was just first gen. Like she came off the boat. No,
Right.
she's playing that shit up too. And I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then only for me to really come to grips with the fact that Simu Liu is not Korean at all.
No.
He's Chinese.
Yeah. It's that level of like
It's like, am I
It was that- it was-
racist?
no. It was like it's the Pat Morita.
Now I've not heard
Mr.
him.
Miyagi.
I've not heard him speak outside of that movie.
Oh, trust me when I tell you I watched some of the old stuff of him in the '70s. When I tell you when he was doing the Arnold stuff, if you've ever want to see what he really sounds like, listen to Happy Days. Watch Happy Days
Oh
or some
my
of the
god.
interviews.
Um,
Because when I tell you that blew my mind because it was like
it's like it's the day when I learned that Idris Elba was British.
yeah, because what was this? Not Stacker. Was it Stacker? Stringer Bell. Stringer Bell. Like brothers from Baltimore were
I
like,
had
bro,
not
I
seen.
really thought he was
so
from Baltimore.
I had not seen The Wire. It was a movie he was in with Ti.
ATL.
No,
No one ATL. What was it about? What was it about? Humphrey Bars.
it was like a heist movie or some shit.
Heist movie. Were they all wearing jackets?
Possibly. I mean, that's a weird question to ask me. I don't
If
know. Maybe.
if they're wearing like hoodie, was it really snowing and one of them was white?
I don't know. I'm gonna look this up.
Might be four brothers.
It might be. Let's see. Idris Elba.
Taker. Oh, Taker.
That's it. Yup. Takers.
Yeah.
Takers. I saw that in theaters, and again, first time I'd ever seen or heard of Idris Elba was in that movie. Thought homie was American,
My,
and then saw him do an interview. I was like, "Wait, what do you? No, no."
my first instance was Daddy's Little Girls, and I hated that movie. I loved him in it, but I hated that movie on principle because it was a Tyler Perry movie. It was that beginning of the end for me when it comes to like where I thought, wait a minute, Tyler Perry is not a good
Not a good
writer,
guy.
producer,
Just not a good guy.
Not- just not a good guy in general. But that was when I was like, the illusion was stripped away from me,
Mhm.
and then I realized this person cannot write a scene or a dramatic scene to save their lives.
Another actor or another group of actors was almost like half of the Walking Dead cast, just about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or just
yeah.
Lenny James, Andrew Lincoln, and I forget the actress who plays Maggie.
Yeah.
I was like,
A lot of lot of secret Brits in
they
in
think I
Walking Dead, yeah.
jabs.
Be like Carl, like the one that plays Rick, secret Brit,
Yeah, Andrew Lincoln.
Andrew Lincoln, yeah, like Carl, like
But now I'm about to play Double O Colonizer with Lenny James. It's great.
yeah. I think my first.
I've watched that entire FD Salinger video. And I'm like, damn, I knew there was something up. But I didn't know it was this bad.
Yeah.
But before we go even further into Tyler Perry, would you like to save some money?
Oh, always.
Do you have just random storage just sitting around your house?
Not random, but
I do, because I sold my Xbox and forgot to give them the storage thing that I bought with it. So now I just have a random Xbox expansion card in my house. Did you know that the Xbox expansion card was a compact flash express card? I did not know that until this week.
I mean, now that you mention it, they have about the same like ports. Hold on. No, it's probably not the same. But
If you stick around, this is coming from GameSpot. The small form factor SSDs that Microsoft manufactures with Seagate for the Xbox Series X and S aren't proprietary, instead using a format that has been used with digital cameras for some time. These cards are called CF Express memory cards. Excuse me. And their popularity outside the Xbox ecosystem means there's a plethora of options for adapters on PC.
yep.
Not all of them work, but one Reddit user has found at least one that turns the storage card into a usable, albeit slightly slow, storage for your PC. And there it is. Oh,
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yo. This?
And it's like, for me, I'm like, I do not care about the speed as much as I care about, I have this thing that I cannot use or thought that I would never be able to use. I tried to give it away. And like literally somebody won an Xbox and they were like, well, now I have this Xbox. So, well, I got an expansion card. If you want it, I have no use for it. They were like, well, I don't know if I want to use the Xbox, which means now I'm still stuck with this expansion card. But it is not a proprietary storage medium. It took us 6 years to discover like this shit was just in use in cameras for God knows how long.
It's literally one of these in a trench coat.
Like it ain't great,
It ain't great.
but like it became useful again. And I'm really upset by this.
Like, say, Microsoft scammed us. Truly did, because Microsoft, like Xbox is, as we now know, we can always tell you, they are the king of proprietary stuff. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, that sucker's good. They're going to be giving that sucker away at some point.
Unfortunately, I can't use this one because it goes into an NVMe slot.
Yeah.
Um,
Unless you do like the
yeah, I'd have to buy another expansion card.
Yeah, you'd have to get an expansion card to slot that in there. Yeah.
Or like you could just buy one that's just straight up internal. Like you don't even have to be. You don't have to get the one that just mounts on the back of a PC. You just get one that just sits in there. You could put that in a Steam Deck if you wanted. I don't think it would fit all that well, but
Yeah.
But there are at least ways you can do it. Like, I mean, you just get this little machine here. Like, it would be nice, like, if there was a USB adapter for it.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Has to be.
Let's see.
They call like that. It's like Thunderbolt, but not Thunder. It's the Thunderbolt medium, but not Thunderbolt.
I wonder if this would fit.
Okay.
Like $20. I could see just spending $20 to maybe see if it will work. Because at least I could take it back if it does. I could send it back if it doesn't.
That's true.
And of course, like again, the article says like your mileage may vary when it comes to these. So there's that. Again, I'm more inclined to buy the ones that this user the one that this user recommends, because like at least we know his works or theirs works.
I mean, to Cal, to be fair, like Nintendo was using SD cards. Like
I'm sorry. I would say Sony, because do we not remember the memory stick?
Oh yeah.
Like literally memory stick, and we're done.
Yeah, they had to use a whole. Had a whole new memory stick.
The Magic Gate, the Magic Gate technology to keep you from stealing shit.
Yeah, because that's what I was like saying. Like Nintendo, to be fair, does use like SD cards.
Yeah, like Nintendo prides themselves on using off the shelf components for things.
Yeah, because my Wii had SD card. I
would say that every cartridge based system used a proprietary cartridge.
Yeah.
I mean, we could sit and say, oh, PlayStation uses Blu-ray and DVD and CDs, but they were also for the time heavily encrypted, and you could not do anything with those discs until the encryption was cracked. But yeah, I don't consider the delivery method of the game so much proprietary as like the storage, the user interfaceable part of things. Like I could install an SD, like I think you could install an SD card into a Wii.
Right. But it was like when you're thinking about the 360 and that like drive on top of the 360. That's what I was thinking about. Like,
But even then, that was an enclosure for like a small SATA drive, if I'm not mistaken.
But you still had to.
I mean, you had to shuck it. You had to shuck it, but again, that's no different than an external hard drive now.
Like, we're saying like we literally like, if you don't buy this thing, this won't work.
Yeah.
Situation.
Yeah.
You know.
Look, and I will say, like, Sony did change their tune.
Yeah.
Sony did change their tune, at least with the PS3. Granted, they didn't want you to open it and take the hard drive out, but people did it anyway.
Yeah.
To where when the PS4 was out there, like, you know what? Fine, we'll give you the instructions on how to do it.
Right.
Oh yeah, and that's right. The PS2 you could put the hard drives in too.
Yeah, you put the hard drive because I had the fat one, so I definitely did that too.
Yeah.
I
mean, granted, you can only use it for certain games, but yeah, like I mean, eventually Sony did get they did get around to using more open standards for things.
Yeah, like I said, when we talk about proprietary, we definitely mean the memory.
The memory sticks.
Right.
Yeah, Sony was on one for that one.
Right.
But yeah, at least like Nintendo was using SD cards.
Yeah.
And I guess to all of their credit, to an extent, they all had USB. You could store things on it. Now, depending on the system, determine what you could, or how you format it.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, even today, like you can either only store external media or game data on an external hard drive. You can't store both.
Right.
Surprising with Nintendo, you can store. I think you can store both.
What do you mean?
Like with the micro SD card, like you can put photos and videos on the SD card along with the games. You just can only see the photos and shit.
Yeah, you like basically you.
Like it's not an either or situation like the Xbox or the PlayStation.
Like you can see the files and stuff that you created through the
games
that you played from.
Yeah, it's not either or like Sony and PlayStation.
Yeah.
You just can't see the game data on the Switch on SD card. And speaking of Nintendo, you know how Nintendo was suing the Trump administration to get them tariffs?
Yep.
Well, now the fans are suing Nintendo to get them tariffs.
Give me
some fans of Nintendo are suing Nintendo. This comes from GameSpot to get a cut of them tariffs, a cut of them tariff refunds, because like, hey, we bought these more expensive systems because of the quote unquote tariffs. We deserve some restitution too. To which I wonder if I doubt like it's going to be a class action, but I wonder if Nintendo will respond and say, hey, here are some free games. Maybe make another, ambassador program. Which, I mean, look, there may be games I won't play, but I'm not going to say no to a free game. I'll download it. I ain't going to play it. I'll download it. I'll claim it. I mean, Merge, you're right. You're right. There are some of us who need things more than others. Again, problem. Problem.
It's a good problem to have, but it's a problem.
Problem. Like, literally had a conversation with my wife today. She was talking about like getting paid mileage as opposed to having a company car. And I was like, I mean, I could see the argument for both, where it's like, if you have the company car, you don't have to pay for gas, you don't have to pay for wear and tear on your vehicle.
Yeah.
Sure, you're getting reimbursed for that stuff, but that's something you don't have to worry about. But they're also, that's just seemingly extra money that could go to something else now, not to a problem that won't manifest itself until later.
Right. Yeah. Like,
You were absolutely right, Merge. They know.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised if somebody actually created. Well, given the age of AI coding at this point, there are probably several tools, probably all of them broken, that will tell you, that would do some kind of calculation. Hey, you bought these things in the last 2 years. This is how much you paid in tariffs. And rounding out things, we've got some updates to talk about. And this one's a doozy. Please do it. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, please, for the love of God, update your phones immediately. Update your iPads immediately. I will say update your shit and, half-heartedly mean it. This one right here, I am not fucking playing. Update your shit now. If you have not done it, do it now.
I'm updating my iPad as we speak.
This is coming from Mac Rumors, both of these articles. The reason why I'm telling you do it now is because Apple, again, not to say that they're the best company, they have all of our interests at heart. But after the very serious gap in security that was discovered by the FBI during that whole Signal issue that came up during that court case, Apple went and fixed that fucking shit so it doesn't happen again. Is it? Yeah, we see you. That's not how that's supposed to work. So plug that hole.
Yep. Because
my whole stance with that was like, one, it shouldn't exist. That shit should be gone if you delete the app. The notification should not exist in perpetuity. But, and this is where I get really upset because it's a problem that I legitimately do have on my phone. If I accidentally swipe away a notification, I should be able to find out what that notification was. If that notification was there and then all of a sudden it is not, I would like to be able to go see what those previous notifications were. To which I was informed when I shared that thought that this is something Android does have. You can go and look at previous notifications if you missed one. I said, well, damn, I would like that. But also maybe, you know what? I will take the notification goes away forever if it means FBI cannot surface my notifications once it's gone. If I can't have it, nobody should have it. So please, and this is not only for iOS 26, this is also for iOS and iPadOS 18. So for those users who weren't or are not updating to iOS 26, please update your phones, update your iPads. This is a public service announcement.
I think all of these are public service announcements, and we make them, but particularly this one.
Yeah,
also,
this
I'm still
one.
in the middle of downloading the update.
Yep, just like arrows pointing all at this one. Like if you take nothing away from this show, it is this shit right here.
Oh yeah, I am actively updating my iPad as we speak, and I'm going to, as soon as the show wraps, I'm going to try and update my mom's iPad.
Merge, you are absolutely right. It probably was something that wasn't supposed to be seen to the public, but it's like, because it's amazing how quickly that was fixed.
Yep. It was one of those, like, it slipped containment real quick.
Signal also did release a statement after the update was released saying that there is nothing that Signal users need to do after the fact. Again, Signal is the one who's forefront about it because it was their app that kind of got drugged through the mud on this scenario, on this situation. Again, there are other ways too that you should protect yourself, especially if you are in these spaces where the government can and will use your information against you in a court of law. There are other steps. For me, it's that thing of I do have this Apple Watch. It is nice for me to be able to see messages, see what's in the content of that message, or see what the message content on the watch, so that way I can act on it without having to take a phone out. Especially given some of the work that I do, I can't just be out on my phone, especially if I am walking and need to pay attention to my surroundings. And yeah, Merge is absolutely correct. How do you comply with data requests without complying? Bugs. Also in updates, the PS5 update, there's a new PS5 update out now, but they don't mention stability. I'm afraid to update my PlayStation because it's not going to be stable if I upgrade it, if I update it. Well, whatever will I do? I don't think emojis are worth my stability. But yeah. And for those who celebrate, happy Ubuntu LTS Day. Ubuntu 26.04 LTS has been released to the public. For those who download and install the Bleeding Edge, congratulations. There's a new Ubuntu for you. I won't see it until 26.04.1, when LTS updates are available to download for users on previous LTSs. So right now, my servers will still stay on 24.04 until 26.04.1, which I think comes out about September. If I remember the update cadence correctly, I think it's about September, sometime in the fall. Ubuntu. Yeah, I know. Like, hit me up next month when Fedora 44 comes out. Then we could talk.
Why do we hate Ubuntu?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't.
Okay.
I think to call again, as we have known Tikal to be, this is not me throwing him under the bus, but as we all know of Tikal, he has a lot of opinions on a lot of things. So look, I don't know.
Listen, I'm just asking for the information. So,
I've honestly, I have no issues, no qualms with Ubuntu. Again, it's not the one that I reach for. Oh, snaps. He doesn't like the snaps. Which I couldn't tell you the difference between snaps, flat packs, any of that. I like RPMs. And I'm pretty sure I lost the rest of the audience with that. So
okay.
Yeah, I have not because like I use Linux through the server. I don't necessarily interact with snaps and flat packs. A lot of these newer package managers and package delivery pipelines or whatever you want to call them, because they're more GUI apps than they are server apps. So for me, I'm like downloading things through apt, yum, PIP, npm. Like actually, like I'm downloading text-based shit. RPMs aren't better than snaps, but snaps distribution is proprietary as well. Again, I don't know. Like again, I don't think there is a terminal flat pack is what I'm saying. Most of my interaction is just yum update, which yes, I still use yum. But like yum update, DNF update, apt update.
Okay.
Yeah. People have their
So
beefs, their preferences. For me, it's like, look, this is what DigitalOcean gave me for WordPress sites. TechTalkThursdays.net runs on Ubuntu. My mail server, my home servers, the Discord and Twitch bot, they all run on Fedora. My WSL instance on Windows used to be Ubuntu, but I switched over to Fedora when I realized I could just install Fedora on WSL. Oh yeah, Yum has been an alias to DNF. Like, I am acutely aware of that. Look, I've been doing Fedora since 6, and I just have not been able to break that habit of using DNF or of using Yum to use DNF. I am so glad that Yum is just an alias to DNF. And if they ever remove it, I will probably add it back. So nope, you ain't gonna get me. It's gonna be Yum till the day I die.
that is quite a statement. So today's question for all of you, because I think that's like our last like thing in queue for the day. So the thing I would like to ask that isn't in queue for the day is everybody here on Vivaldi at this point?
Like I said, I am obviously through the rant I gave when I lost the tab just a sec, like about an hour ago.
I am not. I have used Vivaldi, but I am not on Vivaldi.
Which one are you on right now?
I'm on Firefox. Currently, I'm using Firefox, Opera, and Brave for the stream, for like the Wednesday watch parties. So this is definitely don't be like me.
Problem.
Like, problem, yes,
Problem.
very much so. But do not be me. These are completely utterly rat's nest programs, and it is like literally, if I pull any of these, I've tried Vivaldi enough to where it's like, yeah, this don't do it like Firefox do it, and I'm just like, okay. I keep it set up in case things go sideways, but it really is like, yeah, it's just Firefox right now.
Ooh, a dynamic island for my Mac. I'm on Zen's website, and it's talking about, like, it's showing Alcove, which is an app for Mac to kind of make that little the notch on these MacBooks work more like a dynamic island. And I'm like, you know what? It's $17. But I don't know. Maybe put a notch on my Mac. Wasn't this? But yeah, wasn't Zen like? I thought that was an agentic, like an AI browser. But I don't think it is. I might have been mistaken on Zen. I might try Zen. It looks really nice. I'm thinking of another way. Oh, okay. This actually doesn't look that bad. Does this work on? Well, if you're using it on Linux, okay, so it is on Windows. What is it? What is it a derivative of? Like, what kind of extension support am I looking at here? I think didn't Arc go to something else? Arc changed their name to something else.
They did. It was hold on for a moment.
I thought that was Zen.
No, it is not. That was a different thing. It went from that browser.
Okay, it's Dia.
Yeah, Dia.
Why did I think? I swear I thought Zen browser was something else. Oh, Zen is a Firefox for it. That's not bad. Like I do
Oh,
have I
okay.
do have equivalent extensions for Firefox.
And I asked because there's a lot that I like about Vivaldi. My favorite thing about Vivaldi is the fact that I can take two windows and kind of like put them together. So I can have like
That's been built into other browsers now.
that part I think is cool, but everything else feels too much, and the way that it functions when I open links has me wanting to throw things through.
Yeah,
the window.
that's been the one issue I've had with Vivaldi. Is the tabbing system is really finicky.
So because y'all tend to be the people who are just like, we have gone places and pushed all the buttons, I'm going to ask you that thing. And the
And look,
other
here
thing
it is. I'm about to go somewhere else. It's like, yeah, you asked me about Vivaldi, but now I'm about to jump again.
Right.
I'm
not
Um,
doing WaterFox, LibreFox. I cannot stand those privacy specific ones.
Pale Moon.
okay, so hold on for a moment. I know that WaterFox is there. I think at the time I attempted one of the
It was
other
LibreFox. We were both using LibreFox. It came to the same conclusion of it
And I'm
don't
just-
save shit. This is annoying.
Yeah.
So like my thing ended up being I was trying to use one of those things like Let Us Meet or whatever. So I went and filled out a whole form before realizing that the browser doesn't hold any information.
Nope.
And so it had me on Greenwich Mean Time filling out things, and then people were just like, "Hey, Sin, why did you put in this time over here? That's like a time that people aren't awake. It's too early. It's too late." And I'm like, "What do you mean? I filled this out in Eastern time," only to find out that it is just like, "No, you do not have a time zone." Because we have no data on you
Or,
about
like-
where you happen to be.
Or for me, like you see how like this website defaulted to dark mode, right? Because my computer runs in dark mode. LibreFox is like, you know what? We don't know what the hell's going on your computer, so everything's just going to be default light mode, and just every website is bright as fuck. And I'm like, no, stop this.
You said crimes are being perpetrated against me.
Ugh.
So let me see. I think hold on, what did we say? You're on Zen
Dash
for,
browser.app.
for desktop.
Oh,
why did we pick Zen?
I mean, just look at it. Just look at this website. Look at this browser. It's amazing.
Listen, I'm asking questions. This is an open dialogue for everybody here and the audience.
I'm just looking my question. Well, while somebody thinks about that answer, I want to also ask my question of, can I sync my Firefox account to this so I can auto sync my extensions? I don't want to have to find them again. Like, look, I understand it's like what, like a half an hour of shit I'm not doing. Also, can I sync the browsers themselves? Like, if I set this up on my MacBook, will it sync the browser to my Windows PC, and therefore I don't have to do this 3 different fucking times? But honestly, so I would say the reason why I went to Vivaldi is because the fact that apparently they use both Chrome and Firefox extensions. And I'm like, that sounds amazing. Let's do that. And it's not Chrome. It feels better than Chrome to me. Fuck it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair on Firefox.
I'm gonna download
versus
Zen.
Chrome.
Yeah, like Firefox. Oh, and even the install icon for Zen is literally Firefox.
Now, the thing that's funny, but also kind of shady about Chrome is that I used to use it for. It was a well-known fact when I was working at my previous company, or at my previous place of employment, that if you were support personnel, you could not, like, there were some things you had to use Chrome for, But there was a lot that if you were trying to diagnose stuff, you absolutely could not use Chrome for, because Chrome would like try to guess what the issue is and correct it before you could clock it in real time. And I'm just like, some of the issues that y'all have are the way you structured the files you tried to put in here. But Chrome was trying to like beat me to fixing that problem. And I'm like, Chrome, I don't need you to correct things. I don't need you to guess what I'm trying to do or like adjust the browser mode or what have you. I just need you to give me the raw output about what you were trying to process before this happened. Thank you.
Merge says both Chrome and Firefox extensions double the surface area for vulnerabilities. Look, man, I live on the wild side. Don't mind me over here. Also,
bespoke problems.
Yes, exactly. Also, I want to also point out that not only is the Zen installer the Firefox logo, file description Firefox, company Mozilla.
Mm-hmm. It's like, it's not Firefox, but it's Firefox shape.
You know, I guess the
it is Blaze Kitsune.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, it's currently in beta. Okay.
Yeah. Fine.
Oh, it is a calmer internet. Yes, thank you. This is what I need.
One of those things where I'm trying, where I just want to find and figure out like what a good medium is for me when it comes to browsers, between being like, I want to not be like Chrome level surveilled and gatekept from like what seems to be the options or free experiences that I want, right?
It's one of those. It's those like
I want that. I want like the privacy things and all this other stuff, and like the customization options. But then there's a point where that's also like there's entirely too much going on the screen. I just wanted to click like a tab. Oh my god. I also don't need every link I click on to open a separate window. Please, I beg.
it looks and kind of reminds me of like that moment I had when I was playing. There's this game called like Wild. I think it was like Wild Blue Skies. It was like Wild Blue, but it was called Wild Blue Skies. And it looks and feels and is a spiritual successor to Star Fox. Like it feels legal. It's like legally distinct Star Fox. And I was playing it and I was like, I couldn't say like do a barrel roll, so I had to say like cue a cylinder spin.
Oh, I could.
Oh my god, please.
Yeah. So this is what it kind of feels like. It feels like legally distinct Firefox.
I mean, yes, but also, yeah, literally just fucking Firefox. Sign in.
Firefox.
Yep. I could just sign into Firefox right now and just sync my Firefox profile. Like it's nothing. Like
it's two Firefox in the trench coat.
Literally.
Okay, well that's
yeah.
I mean that's
this will make it easier for me to test.
Like so you can use like Mozilla Sync with this?
Yes, I literally went to sync and save data right at the top, click sign in, and it took me to Mozilla's webpage.
You know?
Again, the icon is the Mozilla logo, and it says Firefox from Mozilla, the company.
It really is just like
it's just reskinned Firefox.
Because that was also kind of like the barrier where it was like Mozilla Sync was just good enough to where I could just be like, no matter where.
Yeah, like again, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like for testing purposes, like I didn't care if it didn't do Mozilla. Like, is there a sync component? Like, at least Vivaldi is not Chrome, it's not Firefox, it's their own. But there is still a sync component to where I can set this up on one computer and then have the same environment on all three. And that's like, that helps me with the testing. If I can't just at least have that, then it's a non-starter. Wait, what do you mean it's only like that for now? They can't just switch shit up on me, man. They're doing more to distance themselves from Firefox because of the recent backsliding on their stated beliefs and investment in AI. Well, look, as long as they're there long enough for me to sync these plugins, like just don't do anything this week. Hold off on it.
You
this
know
week.
what? I love the fact that they said, "Oh, okay, so y'all truly like y'all about that bullshit for real." You know what? We don't have to be here. Say less.
Yeah. Just hold off a week. Let me get shit set up. Let me so I can kick the tires. Because of Redacted, there is a reason why I think because of Redacted is the reason why I was having computer issues today. If I can reduce the attack the attack surface by switching from a Chromium based browser, then I don't have to worry about the attack surfaces anymore. Therefore, I don't have to break the thing I was doing. For those who are interested, I'll talk about that elsewhere. Because it's time for us to go.
Yes.
Takal says just one last thing. What I'm really interested in is that new servo-based browser that's still being worked on. I'm gonna need you to explain that. I'm gonna need a paper from you on what that even means. I'm only familiar with WebKit, Chromium, Gecko,
put pen to paper and write the article.
or finger to, or you already do finger to keyboard, but not in the place where I want it to be.
I need 500 words or less to call.
Oh, I'm gonna open this article in my new Zen browser. Not now. Survey aims to empower developers with a lightweight, high-performance alternative for embedding web technologies in applications. Okay. This NLNet Foundation looks too close to Nelnet. I don't know. It looks like there's some AI being funded. Some AI company is funding this.
It's funding what?
Servo. You can download it. You can install it right now. You can have Servo right now if you want it. Oh, it says don't log into your bank with Servo just yet. All right, you know what? Yeah, okay. That's all I needed to hear. Well, seeing that we did a managing at Mayhem impromptu, I think I'm going to skip over what everybody's been up to, because clearly I guess we're all up to testing new browsers. Maybe. I don't know. That's what I'm doing. And maybe spending $15 to put a dynamic island on my Notch laptop. Problem. We have thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursday. Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Sin. Thank you, the Gout. Idios and Anka, aka Idios and Partner. Who has assured me that once they move over to the West Coast, they should be available for more shows, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That needs to be seen.
Yep. But with all that being said, of course, you know where to find us. All the links are down below in the description of the show, in the show notes. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech and gaming news yourself, but you said no, thank you. Where else will we find new browsers if we didn't come here? And for that, I said thank you. Exactly. Where would I find a new browser where you've tuned in the status where I'm playing game? And on that bombshell, all I've got left to say to you, one of people, is no one is going to save us but ourselves. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And as always, I love you. And peace. Ha.
Wakanda forever.